Hey guys, you are watching your anime world. How are you all? Please support to subscribe this channel for watching new interesting stories. So in this video, we will see what if Deku found love with Nejire Hado. Here is short summary. After their first meeting and during the work studies, Nejire Hado slowly developed an interest towards Izuku Midoriya upon seeing him in action, especially during his battle with Kai Chisaki. Likewise, Midoriya also developed an interest in Hado when they helped Eri during the school festival. Although unsure at first, he slowly developed feelings for Hado. But before we start, if you want more stuff like this, then be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if possible, share this video with your friends. Now let's start the story. In the aftermath of the provisional license exams, an already stressed Katsuki Bakugo eventually figured out the connection between Izuku Midoriya and All Might, and he challenged him to a personal duel at the site where the entrance exams held. And forced to accept Bakugo's challenge due to the boy's emotional pain, Midoriya fought him to even levels until Bakugo managed to pin Midoriya down, and questioned him why he lost to him despite inheriting All Might's quirk. Soon All Might emerged, having overheard the entire scene, and apologized, while explaining to Bakugo the circumstances behind everything, and slowly, Bakugo's hostility towards Midoriya started to lessen and begrudgingly came to accept his classmate. Despite All Might's explanation, without revealing the one-for-all quirk, and came up with a modified explanation, Shoto Aizawa is unwilling to let this slide and punished the two boys by house arrest and cleaning the dorms, and the next day, Nezu, during the after-summer ceremony, explained the situation involving a fight between two first-year students. The big three were among the third-year students in attendance, were intrigued at hearing this and wondered how much energetic the first years are, and are looking forward to meeting with the class, and the third-year students are shown, identified as Mirio Tagata, Nejire Hado, Tamaki Imajiki. Their Hado curiously asked Tagata if he has any idea which of the first-year students are involved, which he said that he has no idea, but he do know which section the two boys belong to, and said that they would meet them soon. Really? We're going to meet them soon? Yup, I'm sure. Really? I look forward to it. Really? Don't get too excited, Hado. But I can't help it. Easy. You might get more than you could chew. Ha. Later in the day, as Midoriya is taking out the garbage, he partially encountered Tagata, who provided directions on where to take the garbage, which slightly spooked the younger boy before he head back to Heights Alliance. 3 days later, Midoriya's house arrest was up and he is able to attend class, and there Aizawa told CL1A about the upcoming work studies, and there he introduced the big three, and after a few minutes Tagata proposed to have a sparring match with CL1A, which Aizawa sighed but accepted nevertheless. At the gymnasium, Tagata volunteered to face all of CL1A, while Hado and Imajiki watched from the sidelines, where Tagata made rather quick work on half of CL1A by taking down the long-distance combatants, leaving Midoriya, Uraraka, Iida, Kota, Kirishima, Ojiro and Hagakure. Despite Midoriya's efforts in guessing where Tagata would strike, he fell to the third year and was defeated, along with the rest of Midoriya's classmates, and the sparring match is over. And after that Tagata explained to CL1A about the work studies and why they had the sparring match, which the CL finally understood about the purpose. As the big three head back to their classroom, Hado was smiling as she get to see how CL1A go into action, while Tagata noted that Midoriya got his attention, and said he has a feeling that he and Midoriya might get along. Really? Tagata-kun? Well, that's what I think. Isn't he the one that the principal mentioned? Yup. One of the two problem kids. Midoriya. Something wrong, Hado? Nothing, really. Hado smiled as she recalled how Midoriya fought, and noted that he seemed to look cute and yet he also has the making of a hero, which she wondered if there is a possibility that she would get to meet Midoriya up close, which Imajiki noticed and asked Hado if she took a liking towards Midoriya, which Hado just smiled, which aroused Imajiki's suspicion. Why the smile? Are you confirming or denying? Hado. Hey, answer me. A few days later, the work studies commences, which the first years are looking to intern at various hero agencies all over, which some of CL1A members are being recommended by the big three. Midoriya is recommended to intern at Night Eye Agency where Tagata works as Night Eye's sidekick. Uraraka and Asui were recommended to intern at Yukyu's agency, where they work alongside Hado, who is Yukyu's sidekick. Hiroshima is recommended to intern at Fat Gum's agency, where Imajiki works there as Far Gum's sidekick. In the days that passed, the three aforementioned agencies worked together as they plan on stopping the Shihasaikai gang, where they discovered that its leader, Kai Chisaki, is brutally using a 6-year-old girl named Eri by harvesting her blood to produce quirk-erasing bullets, which Midoriya and Tagata encountered, and were upset at the fact that they failed to save her. While Aizawa managed to raise the two boys' spirits, Hado privately assured to Midoriya that they will save Eri and stop the gang, reminding him that as a hero he shouldn't be daunted, which Midoriya smiled and thanked her. "I'm okay now, Hado-senpai. You sure?" "Yeah. That's good to hear, thanks. I'm feeling better now. Let me know if you feel down. I'll help you in any way I could." Okay. I will." "Goody." Hado smiled as well, seeing the determination in the younger boy, and this caught Midoriya by surprise as he accidentally noted her cuteness and he began to blush while looking away, which she stared at him in a curious way as he hurriedly left. Imajiki noticed it and wondered if there is some attraction between the two, which Tagata also noticed, and tells Imajiki to let things play out, as he is curious if Midoriya is attracted to Hado or vice versa. "Are you sure, Mirio?" "Yup. But it's fine, Tamaki. If Midoriya do feel something towards Hado, then it's fine. What if he has an ulterior motive? I heard that there is a hentai amongst the first years." "Oh, don't be like that. Midoriya's a good boy." Really. The next day, the raiding team organized by Night Eye assembled outside the hideout of the Shihasaikai gang, and there the members are getting ready to commence the stakeout as Night Eye's agency members reminded the rest of the pro-heroes the need to stop Chisaki from producing more of those bullets and to save Eri from further abuse. Tagata and Midoriya are ready and determined to save the little girl and free her from Chisaki's inhumane treatment towards her, and they urged each other to do their best in defeating the gang as humanly as possible. "This is it, Midoriya." "Yeah. Are you ready, kid?" "Ready as ever, Tagata-senpai. Let's save Eri and beat up that Chisaki bastard." "Right. Stay safe, Midoriya. You too, Tagata-senpai." As the stakeout commences, things became tense as the Hasaikai members outside the manor attempted to stall the raiding team allow Chisaki to buy time to escape, but the pro-heroes got past the small fries and restrained them as Fat Gum and Night Eye's team got through. Several minutes have passed and after some difficult moments Fat Gum and Night Eye's team managed to find the hidden passage, yet the members got separated and fought the right-hand members of Chisaki while Tagata and Midoriya found Chisaki, who was holding Eri. Their Tagata demanded that Chisaki release her but the villain refused. "Chisaki, damn you, let Eri go." "I won't. She's mine. She's a person, not a harvesting tool. I will use her in any way I see fit. Stop brutalizing her, you child abuser. You." The fight broke out and though Eri was rescued, Chisaki uses the bullet to erase Tagata's quirk, and Midoriya began to fight Chisaki as he attempted to protect Eri, and he began to fight the villain while protecting the little girl as Chisaki began to taunt Eri in a bid to break her spirit, but Midoriya countered him and made it clear that he will protect her no matter what. The fight soon spilled outside the manor where Hado is assisting Yukio in dealing with more of Chisaki's goons, and there she saw Midoriya fighting Chisaki, which amazed her but then blinked her eyes seeing Midoriya carrying Eri on his back. She is considering in assisting Midoriya but one of Chisaki's goons intercepted her. "Hold it right there. Quote exclamation mark quote. Heh, nice, you got big beeps. You hentai. Let's have some fun, and maybe we can have." "Sorry. I don't like hentai, especially you." "Then I'm going to do you. Come and try it, you maniac." As the battle wages on, Midoriya narrowly defeated Chisaki, but this was due to Eri assisting him by using her quirk but she soon lost control and puts herself and Midoriya in danger until Aizawa came and uses his quirk to deactivate Eri's, and she loses consciousness. After that all of Chisaki's men are apprehended and taken away, while Midoriya watched Eri, Tagata and Night Eye being loaded inside the ambulance, and their Hado approached Midoriya and asked if he is okay, which he nodded. "I'm okay, Hado-senpai." "Really? Are you sure you're not hurt? On your body, head, anywhere else?" "I'm okay, really. Sorry if I worried you, but I'm okay now." "Okay, It's just that Tagata-senpai. She placed her hands on Midoriya's shoulders and assured to him that Tagata will be okay and complimented the younger boy on how he handled himself in defeating Chisaki while protecting Eri, which Midoriya once again blushed upon seeing her face. He smiled nervously as he excused himself as he headed to one of the ambulances as he is going to the hospital to have his injuries checked. At the hospital, Midoriya underwent some checkup to see if he suffered any potential injuries that might require confinement if the injury is life-threatening. But after a thorough check, the doctor tells the boy that he is medically cleared and he can go home now, which the younger boy nodded. The doctor was then compelled to question the boy about the rather deep scar on his right arm, but then Aizawa came and tells the doctor that he is here to pick Midoriya up, and the doctor nodded as he tells the UA teacher that the boy is cleared for discharge and has nothing to worry about. Nodding, Aizawa took Midoriya and left the doctor's office, where the two talked while he apologized to Midoriya for not being there when needed, though Midoriya assured that it is okay as what is important is that Chisaki is defeated and Eri rescued. I see. That's good to hear. It's fine, sensei. Nothing major happened to me. You sure? Yes. Fine. Really, sensei. You don't have to worry. There Midoriya asked how the others are doing, in which Aizawa said that while some took quite a beating, they will be okay, as their injuries are not serious and that they will recover in a few days from now. The students Aizawa mentioned were shown resting inside their hospital rooms, most of them covered in bandages. They are Eijiro Kirishima, Tamaki Imajiki, Fat Gum, Rock Lock. Aizawa told Midoriya that the three UA students are resting and that they should recover in about 2 days from now, which made the younger boy feel at ease, but then changed the subject when he asked about Eri's situation, and there Aizawa said that for now she is being quarantined, which surprised the younger boy as he is told that for now he can't see her due to strict observation due to her rewind quirk which she has no control over. Aizawa reasoned that her quirk affects only living things and not inanimate objects, and taking her emotional state into consideration, he said that training her on how to control her quirk will not be an easy task after the suffering she endured in Chisaki's hands. And that's the situation, Eri. For now, let the doctors do their jobs. For the time being, this is for the best. Right now you have an important task to do. As the two walked towards the intensive care unit, Midoriya was slightly startled when a hand touched his shoulder, who turned out to be Nejire Hado, as she came to check on Mirio Tagata, and as Midoriya asked her how he is doing, Hado assured that Tagata will be okay and he would recover soon, saying that his upbeat demeanor will pull him through. Midoriya nodded as he is relieved to hear that Tagata didn't suffer any major injuries, and as she asked how Midoriya is doing, which he said that he is okay now and is already discharged from the hospital, which Hado appeared relieved to hear this. Really? Yeah, that's good to hear. Sorry if you got. Don't worry, it's fine. Really, Hado-senpai. Yup. As Aizawa led Midoriya inside the ICU, Hado followed, where they were greeted by a surprising turn of events, as a few people stood there looking somber and are bracing for the worst possible outcome no one ever wanted, which Midoriya had a feeling that something bad is about to happen, and this made the ninth holder of the One for All quirk feel very uneasy. The people assembled are shown. All Might, Recovery Girl, Bubble Girl, Centipeter. Midoriya asked everyone what is going on here, in which Bubble Girl bursts into tears as Centipeter consoled her while All Might was somber as well, which Midoriya became more apprehensive as he slowly had an idea of what is about to happen, and there the doctor said that Night Eye won't last long, and said that normally injuries like this would cause a victim to die in a matter of minutes, yet he is amazed that Night Eye was able to hold on this long. And that's the situation. No, the injuries Night Eye received were fatal. Night Eye, it is a mystery on how he was able to hold on till now. At any rate, there's nothing I can do. Midoriya then shifts his attention to Recovery Girl and asked her if she could do something, which the elderly female school nurse of UA Academy sadly said that there is nothing her quirk can do at this point and said she tried everything she could. This made Midoriya more shocked at hearing this and Hado became quite worried at seeing his devastated reaction. Midoriya-kun, it's okay. Be strong. Just hang in there. Midoriya rushed to Night Eye and told him to hold on, saying that All Might is here, and urged him to keep on living, which everyone were surprised to hear Midoriya say this, and this spurred All Might to speak to Night Eye, and the two finally buried the hatchet, while telling him that All Might did the right thing about choosing his successor. Tagata came, limping due to his injuries not fully healed, and urged Night Eye to keep on living. He was in tears as he didn't want his mentor to die. Night Eye smiled while silently and secretly apologized to Tagata for trying to use him as a vessel for One for All, and there he uses his quirk, and told Tagata that he will become a great pro-hero. Night Eye then glanced at Midoriya, and uses his foresight quirk, and he saw the future which he too will become a good pro-hero, while also saw that he will find inspiration from someone within the ICU, as he glanced at Hado. There Night Eye smiled before expiring, and Tagata wailed at seeing his mentor away. Midoriya staggered back before being caught by Hado as he cried, and Hado hugged him as she consoled him as All Might and Recovery Girl went silent. Bubble Girl wept as Centipeder hugged her as they lost their agency leader, and now they will have to carry on with the Night Eye agency without him. The next day, Midoriya paid a visit at Tagata's hospital room, in which he is still emotionally down following Night Eye's passing, and upon entering, he is surprised to see Tagata doing some exercise while on bed, which the first-year student sweat dropped at the sight as he wondered if the Big Three member is okay or not. Seeing Midoriya, Tagata motions him to come in, and the CL1A member asked if he is really okay given the events from yesterday, and there the Big Three member admitted that although he is saddened at Night Eye's passing, he couldn't afford to waste time moping and said that Night Eye wanted him to move on and face the challenges coming his way. He told Midoriya that Night Eye died with a smile on his face, and this inspired Tagata to move on and do his best, showing his famous smile, though Midoriya wasn't fully swayed, as he recalled what Night Eye said days ago about Tagata being the more deserving inheritor of One for All, and there he thought he should partially, and vaguely, ask if Tagata would be willing to accept it. Do you know what you're saying? Yes. Tagata raised an eyebrow as he couldn't believe what he just heard, that Midoriya is willing to Fai's quirk to him, and though he has no idea what made the first-year student come up with that, he could at least tell that Midoriya is upset over Night Eye's passing, and there he told the freshman that he would turn it down even if that offer is possible. Midoriya blinked his eyes at hearing this as Tagata said that while he doesn't know why Midoriya is so dejected, he said that if that were possible, this would in turn cause problems for Midoriya, and tells him that he shouldn't feel down as the Big Three member reiterated that this is not the end, stating that he would put his trust on Eri once she learns how to control her quirk. He even said that Midoriya is better off keeping his quirk because of the fact that he would make a fine pro-hero after defeating Chisaki and protecting Eri, hence the first-year student should move on with a smile. And that's that. I'm in no hurry, so you shouldn't think weird things. But I'll be fine, Midoriya. Really. Outside, All Might is eavesdropping on the conversation and is quite relieved that Tagata is able to persuade Midoriya in not giving in to his emotional distress over Night Eye's passing, and soon the door opened where Midoriya is startled a bit in seeing the former #1 hero. All Might smiled and said that he came to check on Tagata, which Midoriya nodded. As Midoriya left, All Might went in to see Tagata, and as the two chatted, All Might did notice that Hado came out from the toilet and quietly left to give him and Tagata some privacy. A minute later, Hado saw Midoriya sitting on a bench and she approached him, greeting him in her usual manner, yet he just nodded, and she sat beside him, and there she said that she accidentally overheard his conversation with Tagata earlier and said that Tagata is right in which Midoriya should move on and face any challenges with a smile. She also said that Tagata is not in a hurry to regain his lost quirk as Eri's health comes first, as well as saying that Midoriya will be a good hero after the way he handled Chisaki, and tells him that if he did Fai's quirk to Tagata, Midoriya will be the one to become quirkless, and that will put him in danger due to the fact that the League of Villains is still at large. She also reminded that if Midoriya were to lose his quirk, then that would mean he would lose his provisional license and might quit UA Academy because of that. Hence he won't be able to achieve his dreams. It's like what Tagata-kun said. It's not the end of the world. He will recover, so count on it. What mattered is that both Tagata-kun and Eri are okay, along with our classmates. So cheer up, Midoriya-kun. Midoriya just nodded silently as Hado assured that everything will be okay, and she gently embraced him, giving him emotional support as he started to shed tears as for the first time he was unable to save someone. Yet Hado reminded him that because of his heroic actions he was able to protect Eri and urged him to move on as a way to honor Night Eye. Midoriya's hands gently embraced her waist as he trembled a bit while shedding tears, and she just smiled as she assured to him that life has to go on and what mattered is that their work study went well as they saved an innocent life and defeating a very cruel villain. Not far, Uraraka and Asui saw the scene and can tell that Midoriya is upset, seeing him sobbing while hugging Hado. Though Uraraka felt a bit of jealousy, she opted not to get stirred up seeing that Hado is just comforting him, and Ryukyu came and told the two CL1A members that what they saw just now is one of Hado's many strengths, which is giving emotional support. There Uraraka and Asui recall Hado cheering Tagata up when he and Midoriya were upset upon learning what Chisaki did to Eri during the meeting, and the two girls nodded and said that Hado is indeed one of the best among the big three. And that's why I chose Hado as my sidekick. She has something beside a strong quirk. In turn she saw potential in you too, hence why you were involved in the raid. Hero: okay, so you two should do your best. Hero: okay. After a few minutes Midoriya soon recovered but blushed upon realizing that he just hugged a girl, though Hado smiled and said that it's okay, and joked that he just got better and tells him that if Tagata were to see this tender scene he would surely laugh so loud that the hospital staff might make a big deal out of this. Midoriya blushed deeper yet he is no longer emotionally dejected and he just nodded as Hado helped him get out of his slump and he thanked her for it, which she smiled and nodded, and tells him that they should look forward to what comes in their way and said that their work studies went pretty well and complimented him on how he defeated Chisaki. Midoriya blushed deeper at seeing her smile and charms, and he shyly looked away, as sudden emotion suddenly caught up with him. Hado kept on smiling before taking her leave as a nurse called for her. Once alone, Midoriya wondered if Hado cheering him up is a coincidence or not. Several days have passed since the Shihasaikai raid. Life slowly returned to normal for the UA Academy students involved in the rescue of Eri, and as Midoriya, Uraraka, Asui and Kirishima are having makeup lessons to catch up on the classes they missed, they were able to meet the requirements and hence they were not in danger of being left behind. The 4 CL1A members were among those who attended the funeral of Sir Night-Eye, and among those who attended are the following: All Might, Centipeder, Bubble Girl, Mirio Tagata, Gran Torino, Fat Gum, Tamaki Imajiki, Yukyu, Nejire Hado, Rock Lock, Shota Aizawa. While Tagata held his head high while maintaining a positive outlook, Midoriya was silent as he felt that he failed in saving someone as the former sidekick of All Might died despite the fact that Midoriya done all he could to stop Chisaki. Hado noticed his silent look and gently hugged him, and there she reminded him that what's done is already done, and assured to him that what mattered now is that Chisaki is defeated, his organization dismantled, and Eri is safe now. Midoriya just nodded as Hado hugged him further saying that Tagata might use his jokes to make him laugh if he sees Midoriya making a sad face. You should send Night-Eye off with a smile, Midoriya-kun. It's okay to feel sad, but this isn't the end, right? Hado-senpai, you should look forward, a new day begins. So think positive now. Okay. After a while Midoriya took a deep breath and slowly regained his composure, and he thanked Hado for cheering him up, which she smiled and said that it is okay, as she pointed out that Night-Eye wanted his colleagues to send him off with a smile, which Tagata is doing right now. She tells Midoriya that he should do the same as this is what Night-Eye also wanted. And that's that. Okay. Feeling better? Yeah. If so, that's good to hear. Tagata-kun said that humor is important, so you need to smile. Look at Tagata-kun. Okay. I understand. Then we're cool now. Yeah. Midoriya took her advice and showed a rather optimistic look as the funeral services are ongoing and after some time Night-Eye is buried and laid to rest, and there those who attended the funeral and burial are about to go separate ways. Centipeder and Bubble Girl tells Tagata not to rush and said that the agency is open and will wait for his return, which an upbeat Tagata assured that he will be back and will put a smile at the agency that Night-Eye has left behind. Don't worry, I'll be back for sure. Okay, we'll be waiting. And in 2 years from now we'll recruit Midoriya. And by then I might get my quirk back. That's the spirit, we look forward to that. It's a promise. Yeah. Meanwhile, Gran Torino and All Might are talking and both are still saddened at Night-Eye's passing, yet the elderly pro-hero said that thanks to Midoriya, Night-Eye was able to make peace with All Might and acknowledge Midoriya as the 9th holder of One for All, and tells All Might that he should look forward to the future. He then noticed that Hado is comforting Midoriya, and this made Torino smirk as he sensed that a romance is brewing. Though All Might said that this is one of Hado's good traits, yet Torino said that trait might entice Midoriya into developing feelings for the third-year student. Really, sensei? That's what I think. Now, having a romance is a good thing. I guess. You should find one as well, Toshinori. I don't know. Come on now. As the UA Academy students are about to head back to Heights Alliance, Aizawa then asked Tsukauchi how Eri is doing, which Tsukauchi said that he would contact the hospital and see how her healing progress is, and he will inform Aizawa for any developments. And that is that, Eraserhead. I'll let you know if there are any new developments. I see. From what I heard, I get it. Just give me a call. Okay, Eraserhead. Thanks, Tsukauchi. Midoriya overheard the discussion, and this made him feel concerned as he haven't heard anything about Eri, and Hado noticed it, and she assured to him that Eri will be okay as the doctors are monitoring her, and urged him not to worry unnecessarily, as he still needs to focus on his studies. Midoriya nodded and said that he will, which Hado smiled and said that once semestral break commences, she would ask him to hang out with her, which made Midoriya blush, as he felt that she is inviting him to a date. Hang out? Yup. You and me go to the mall and stuff. Is it okay with you? Well, if that is okay with you. Yay, it's settled. A date. Aizawa overheard it and wondered if this is a good thing or not, which Torino smirked while All Might face-palmed as he sees that his charge is about to get embroiled into something, yet Yukio said that this shows that Hado is looking forward with optimism and Tagata is doing the same, hence Midoriya would benefit from having a good friendship with the big three of UA Academy. Really, Yukio? Yes, Mr. Torino. I guess letting the kids go on a date with that girl might be beneficial. Perhaps. Midoriya was shaken after seeing Night Eye away, and Hado would be a big help in getting the boy to get over the grief he experienced. Do those kids need a chaperone? Oh, there's no need. Hey. Meanwhile, Amajiki overheard it as well and wondered if Hado is getting too cozy with Midoriya, and he sensed that the younger boy is taking advantage, as if Midoriya is having an ulterior motive towards Hado, which made him feel wary. Tagata smiled and assured that Midoriya is not like that, reiterating that Midoriya is really a good boy and not beeped, reminding Amajiki that Midoriya has a soft spot for girls like Eri, but Amajiki said that Hado is a different case. They watched as Hado affectionately hugged Midoriya as she tells him that she knows of a good place where they can hang out and talk privately, much to the younger boy's embarrassment, and their Tagata pointed out that Hado and Midoriya are getting along well. Look, Tamaki, Hado and Midoriya are in good terms. And you can see that they're comfortable with one another. I don't know. Trust me, Tamaki. I've worked with Midoriya a few days ago. And I can tell that he's not a maniac. Really, Mirio? Yeah. Several weeks later, life at UA Academy is ongoing, and soon the school announced that the upcoming school festival is approaching, and the students are excited and are now gearing up as they are preparing plans on which programs would they make for the school festival. Yahoo! School festival is just around the corner. Alright, this is great. I'm getting excited. Food stalls, the booths, the beauty contest. This year is gonna be great. Ha ha. Meanwhile, Midoriya, Uraraka, Asui and Kirishima are having one last makeup classes, and before they are about to be dismissed, Aizawa told Midoriya that Eri has regained conscious and has calmed down, and this made Midoriya feel relieved as hearing that Eri is okay lessened his worry over her. Aizawa then said that Eri requested that she would want to see Midoriya and Tagata, as they were the last persons she saw before losing consciousness after Chisaki was defeated by Midoriya. Midoriya was surprised to hear this, and their Uraraka, Asui and Kirishima told Midoriya to go visit Eri as this would surely help calm the little girl down after being rescued from the hands of Chisaki. Hiro, you should go, Deku. Yeah, Eri really wanted to see you. Hiro, you should head there as soon as you can. Don't mind us, Deku. We'll fill you in later. Hiro, go on, we'll be okay. Aizawa watches on as Midoriya is being encouraged by his classmates to take the chance to visit Eri, and the homeroom teacher decided to provide escort to accompany his student, as well as to use his erasure quirk in case Eri unintentionally loses control of her quirk if her emotions get out of hand. There Aizawa tells Midoriya that he will talk to Nezu and ask permission to give Midoriya a day off in order to visit Eri, which Midoriya nodded and said that he will await the signal on whether to visit Eri or not. I see. I'll wait for your instructions. Okay. Just be patient, Midoriya. I understand. Good. A few days later, the scene shifts at the hospital where Eri is currently confined, and so far there is nothing wrong with her, as she appeared to be stabilized and that her quirk showed no signs of going out of control, and yet some doctors and nurses are wary towards the innocent little girl. As the nurses are watching over her, they saw Midoriya and Tagata arriving, with Aizawa accompanying the two students, and the head nurse privately questioned Aizawa if this is necessary, claiming that the girl might pose a threat if her quirk goes out of control again. This made Midoriya feel provoked as he sees this as a low blow and an intentional jab towards Eri, which he believed is a form of frustrated bullying, and he sternly grabbed the nurse by her collar and spoke to her in a harsh tone, warning her not to say like that or he will be willing to go all out. Tagata was surprised and concerned, and urged Midoriya to calm down and ignore what the rude nurse just said, though he was unwilling at first, as he is glaring at the nurse, who looked defiant and unremorseful for her actions towards Eri. You better not say those words to Eri. I swear, you'll regret it. Do you hear me? Answer me, damn you. Aizawa placed a hand on Midoriya's shoulder and tells him to go inside and greet Eri while he promised that he will deal with the rude nurse and everything else, which Midoriya reluctantly obliged. Midoriya, go and see Eri, but, I'll deal with the nurse. Alright, go on. Okay. As the two UA Academy students went inside, Aizawa stared at the rude nurse and asked if she has a problem, why she said something derogatory towards Eri, which the nurse ignored the query until she said that Eri is no more than a freak that she deserved an agonizing death. The other nurses were shocked at what the cruel nurse said, and Midoriya heard it and is very incensed that he is now willing to risk everything to protect Eri, yet Tagata is keeping a cool head and urged Midoriya to calm down, with little success. Midoriya, let go, easy, just ignore her. I can't just, calm down, Suddenly, Hado showed up, and overhearing what the cruel nurse said, she approached her and delivered a straight punch to the nurse's face, hitting her nose and the impact sent her back against the wall, and she wailed in pain as she now suffered a broken nose as Hado tells the nurse that she better quit this job if all she ever do is bully the helpless children. Midoriya was surprised to see what Hado did, and she smiled and nodded at him, which Tagata got the message and tells him that they should go see Eri now, though Midoriya is worried that Hado would be sanctioned as she smacked the nurse in front of Aizawa. Aizawa, however, said that he will deal with this and urged Midoriya to go see Eri, and Hado encouraged him to do as told, saying that she will join him shortly as she too wanted to see Eri. Nay, Midoriya-kun. Hado-senpai, go and see Eri. But, I'll deal with the nurse. Alright. Go on. I'll join you guys shortly. Okay. Midoriya nodded and went inside the hospital room as he and Tagata are going to see Eri, while the nurse threatened to sue UA Academy for this outrageous action, but the hospital director showed up. Having witnessed everything, he told the rude nurse that she is fired and she won't receive any separation pay whatsoever. Moreover, the hospital director said he will see to it that she won't be hired to any other hospitals after showing that he recorded the incident, and the nurse stared in disbelief, while he encouraged Aizawa to press charges against the nurse as her actions border on child abuse, which Aizawa said he will definitely do as suggested. So feel free to sue this person. Yeah, I'm much obliged to do that. And don't let any lawyers intimidate you. Of course. If you like, I have contacts with well-known lawyers that you can. I'll consider it. Good. Aizawa then told Hado that just this once he will turn a blind eye, but made her promise that she will not do it again, which she nodded. Aizawa deduced that Hado intentionally did this as she anticipated that Midoriya would do this given that he has a soft spot for Eri and the bullying actions of the nurse would no doubt provoke Midoriya into lashing out. Hado then went inside as Aizawa uses his capture cloth while calling the police to have the abusive nurse arrested. Inside the hospital room, Eri saw Midoriya and Tagata enter and the two boys greeted the little girl, saying that they were glad and relieved that she is okay, and assured to her that she will be discharged from the hospital soon. However, the two boys were cautious as Eri began inquiring about Sir Night-Eye, and Tagata came up with an alibi so that she would be convinced that Night-Eye is okay, as he and Midoriya agreed not to mention that Night Eye passed away, and hearing this might cause Eri to get emotionally affected and might lose control of her quirk. By then Hado came and greeted Eri, and the little girl blushed at seeing how pretty Hado looked, and there she said that once Eri is discharged, they will have a day off and take her to an amusement park to show her what is like entering the outside world. Nay, you better get well soon, Eri-chan. Because once you're discharged, I'll be taking you to the amusement park. Amusement park, yeah, you can walk and run around, see lots of stalls, amusement rides. Really. As Tagata smiled at Hado's efforts to lift Eri's spirit, Midoriya saw Eri trying to use her fingers on her lips, and there she admitted that she doesn't know how to smile. There Midoriya realized that Eri is still traumatized by Chisaki's actions and felt that he had to do something, but then something came into his mind and he turned around, where Aizawa is standing by the door, and there the first-year student asked his homeroom teacher if he can bring Eri to UA Academy for one day, saying that having her attend the upcoming UA Academy school festival would help her regain her smile. Yes, Aizawa-sensei. I'm sure that it'll help Eri overcome her trauma. Well, what do you say? I will have to ask the principal first. Okay. Tagata and Hado smiled, as they realized that Midoriya came up with a way to help Eri overcome her trauma, and the two big three members were impressed with Midoriya's quick thinking, and this made the two senpais beaming with anticipation as they would get to show the little girl what it's like attending a school festival. Hado then hugged Eri and said that from here on she will be Eri's big sister while Tagata and Midoriya will be her big brothers, and assured to her that they will treat her like family. Eri blushed as this made her realize that it has been a long time that she hasn't experienced a bonding with anyone, as her birth mother disowned her while her grandfather is currently in a coma, and she embraced her as she started to sob. There, it's okay. Nejire Ne-san is here. It's okay, you're safe. Midoriya saw this and hugged Eri, assuring her that everything will be okay, and Hado joined Midoriya in hugging Eri, which Tagata stared, as he is glad that the two would surely help Eri in regaining her lost innocence. Several days have passed, and after another passing of time, it was the start of the countdown towards the UA Academy Sports Festival, and CL1A is having some practice, as they all agreed to do a concert with dancing, with Bakugo, Yaoyorozu, Kirishima and Tokiyami playing the instruments while the rest would do the dancing. As Midoriya, Uraraka, Asui, Kirishima, Ashido, Mineta and Iida are outside the dorms, they saw Tagata arriving, with Eri behind him as she is shy due to her setting foot at Heights Alliance for the first time, and some of the CL1A members were taken in by Eri's innocent, yet cute charms. Wow, so cute, adorable, so that's Eri. She's so innocent. So that's the girl that Midoriya and the others rescued. Look at her, she is like Midoriya's sibling. As Midoriya greeted Tagata, the latter told him that Nezu accepted Aizawa's suggestion, saying that it would be a good for Eri to experience having fun, but Nezu recommended that Eri should be given a tour of UA Academy so that she would get used to it and not be overwhelmed. Tagata invited Midoriya to tag along, which he nodded, and there the two UA Academy students took Eri and head to UA Academy to give her a tour of the campus so she would be familiarized with the setting. At UA Academy, Tagata and Midoriya, wearing only casual clothes, gave Eri a tour around the campus, and Eri looked around as she was awed at the campus surrounding, as well as seeing that the students are preparing to put up the various stalls in preparation for the upcoming school festival. As Tagata is explaining to Eri about what she sees, Midoriya wondered if the school would be okay as he recalled about what Kaminari mentioned a few days back during Clubout, the possibility that villains might strike preemptively without warning, yet Aizawa said that things would be okay. By then Eri was startled when a prop of a dragon suddenly appeared, and as Tagata assured to her that it is okay, Midoriya is surprised to see Awase, Tetsu and Monoma there, carrying the dragon-like prop, which Eri said she thought it was Yukio. As Midoriya explained to the little girl that what she saw just now is only a prop, Monoma took a jab and taunted Midoriya, saying that he should find a job and work as a nanny if he liked kids that much, which made Tagata feel provoked as he sees Monoma using Eri as an excuse to take a swipe at Midoriya. Awase then knocked Monoma out and apologized, as he guessed what is happening after seeing Tagata giving a facial reaction as Monoma is using the little girl to taunt Midoriya. He then told Midoriya that they are practicing for a play for the upcoming school festival and said that CL1A better give their best, which Midoriya nodded. So we're cool. Yeah, you do your best and we'll do ours. Right. Just try to have fun and give out your best performance. Right. Then see you. Thanks. As Tetsu and Awase drags a disoriented Monoma away, Tagata apologized to Eri for seeing the dark side of Ua, which made her wonder what he meant, while Midoriya is baffled after Awase said that Kendo is being groomed to participate in the upcoming beauty pageant of the school festival. Tagata asked Midoriya what is wrong, and Midoriya said that Aizawa didn't mention anything about the beauty pageant, and the big three member said that the next person they are going to visit happened to be a contestant as well. Really? Yup. Is she a third year? Come on, I'll show you who. Oh okay. Ha ha. As Tagata led Midoriya and Eri towards the third-year school building, Eri saw many students in the hallway and clutched her hand onto Midoriya, as she is a bit overwhelmed at the surroundings she just saw, and there some of Tagata's fellow third-year schoolmates are surprised and assumed that he is Eri's father and began barraging him with questions. Tagata, please be honest, is this the reason why you're taking a hiatus from UA Academy? Huh, what are you guys talking about? That little girl. Is she your daughter? Who's the mother? Who is your secret wife? Whoa. Tagata just smiled while honestly answering the questions, as other third-year students are eyeing Midoriya, seeing that he is carrying Eri, and now they suspect that he is the father of Eri, and they began whispering amongst themselves about who is the mother, and are guessing that it could be among the first-year students or in the third-year students. Isn't that Midoriya from the first year? And look who's he carrying. That must be it, he must be the kid's father. No way. That means he just at a girl in UA Academy, or someone from another school. Could be. Who's the secret wife? Good question. Midoriya's sweat dropped at hearing the silly accusations and whispered to Tagata that they better get going, saying that he is worried that Eri might get a bad impression that she might be the one the rumors are flying about, and Tagata nodded and bid his classmates goodbye as he said that he has other places to go, and the two boys and Eri left. The students are relieved to hear that Tagata is still single and not Eri's parent, and now they have reason to believe that Midoriya is the parent seeing how obvious he acted towards the little girl, and everyone are guessing who the mother is, and they are making random guesses on who Midoriya impregnated and resulted in Eri's secret birth. Who is the girl's mother? It can't be here. I think it is. Midoriya is here for almost a year, it means that the woman he impregnated is from another school. Makes sense. We need to investigate. Yeah. Right. Later the scene shifts at a classroom where some third-year students are working on something in regards to the upcoming school festival, and their Tagata entered and is greeted by Amajiki, and as the two childhood friends are talking, Eri looked around as she is taken away by the sight of the decors. Midoriya smiled and hoped that this would help Eri regain her smile as she continued to look around, as she asked Midoriya what are some of the decorations she saw, and he honestly answered some of her questions, which puts her at ease, which he mentally sighed in relief. By then, Midoriya and Eri gasped in awe at seeing someone floating in the air, who turn out to be Hado, as she is wearing a short dress that is to be used for the upcoming beauty pageant, and both Midoriya and Eri were entranced by her beauty and charm. Hado flew down towards the floor as she picks up Eri in her arms and playfully waltzed with the little girl and asked Midoriya what brings them here, which he explained to her the reason why. Really? Yes, I see, that's a good way for her to prepare. Yeah, so she won't get overwhelmed by the day of the school festival. What's wrong, Midoriya-kun? Well, Amajiki noticed Midoriya staring at Hado and is under the impression that he is thinking something beeped, but Tagata assured to his classmate that he got the wrong idea and that Midoriya is really harmless, pointing out how Midoriya acted during the work studies and while infiltrating the Shihasakai hideout. Amajiki still expressed doubts as Midoriya is noticeably getting closer to Hado, but Tagata said that this is a good thing, as it would strengthen the friendship between her and Midoriya. Are you serious, Mirio? Yup, that kid. Since before the work studies, Midoriya is really a good kid. And he and Hado really got along well. Still, I don't trust him. Come on now, Amajiki. Really, Mirio, I still have some reservation towards, What? As Hado went on to accommodate Eri, the two girls quickly bonded, which Midoriya smiled seeing that Eri and Hado are getting along well, but then he accidentally caught a glimpse of Hado's cleavage, and he blushed while looking away, worried that he might be branded a hentai if someone misunderstood what they saw. His worries were realized as Yu Yu Haya saw it and began accusing Midoriya of trying to peep onto Hado's chest, which the first-year student quickly denied the accusations, but Haya wouldn't relent and went as far as accusing him of using Eri just to distract Hado so he could use the chance to get a better view. A blushing Midoriya denied the accusations and reiterated that he has no beeped intentions toward Hado, which Imajiki joined in and told Midoriya that he saw what the first year did and he activated his quirk and his hands turned into crab pincers, and he told Haya to hold Midoriya while he would attempt to castrate the CL-1A member, much to Midoriya's horror. Hold him, Haya, got him, what are, hold him good, I'm going to snap his PP in two, along with his balls. Do it, Imajiki, we can't let this hentai get away. You can't be serious. I'm going to turn you into a transvestite. That way you won't Hado. Do it, Imajiki. Snap his hot dog in two. Wait, you got the wrong idea. Tagata's sweat dropped at the scene and decided to intervene, urging his two classmates to calm down and assure to them that Midoriya is not beeped and that everything they saw is a simple misunderstanding, which Imajiki and Haya stared wide-eyed in surprise upon hearing what Tagata said. They were baffled at the fact that Tagata is defending Midoriya. They told Tagata that Midoriya might be the hentai amongst the first-year students and pointed out that they saw Midoriya peering at Hado's chest and he is suspected of trying to see her chest and beeps, and stated that this was Midoriya's goal from the very start. But Tagata, you saw it, Mirio. He peeked at her chest. It was accidental. But, relax. Midoriya is not like that. You guys are acting like a pair of paranoids. So chill and relax, you two. Tagata just snickered a bit but assured to them that Midoriya is not a maniac and that if the first-year student saw that, then it must be accidental, as he wouldn't do something like that in front of people and wouldn't do that in front of Eri. Haya and Imajiki twitched their eyes seeing that Tagata seemingly siding with Midoriya and wondered if the first-year student bribed Tagata or made it appear to look accidental, as they are still wary towards the younger boy and whispered to each other to keep an eye on Midoriya just in case. Imajiki, yeah, we got to keep a close eye on that first year, he might be. Understood, who knows what that kid is planning. Right, we should do this discreetly. Got it. Meanwhile, Hado is spending a bit of time playing with Eri, and as Tagata said that he and Midoriya are going to continue giving Eri a tour, Hado volunteered to come along as she wanted to tag along with them, which Tagata smiled and said she is welcome to join them, much to the big three members' delight. Nay, can I join? You want to tag along with us? Yup, if you're free, sure. Really? Yeah. Yuppie, I get to spend time with Eri-chan. Ha ha. Haya and Imajiki stared wide-eyed at seeing this, and they immediately deduced that Hado joining Tagata is due to wanting to get close to Midoriya, and they suspected that Midoriya may have goaded her to come with him and believed that he is using Eri just to get Hado to go with him. Haya suggested that she and Imajiki secretly tag along to see if Midoriya is planning to make a pat Hado, and the two third-year classmates agreed to tail Midoriya in secret just to see if he intend to violate Hado. Imajiki, listen, yeah, we got to keep a close eye on that first year, I bet that he using that little girl just to goad Nejire to come along. Understood, who knows what that boy is planning. Right, we should do this discreetly, or he might suspect something. Got it. As Tagata, Eri, Midoriya and Hado left, Haya and Imajiki began to secretly follow them as they are making sure that Midoriya would not dare do anything foolish towards Hado as they still do not trust him despite Tagata giving his vote of confidence. As the group are walking the hallway of the school building, several students blinked their eyes as they saw Hado and Midoriya holding Eri's hand together, making them look like parents of the little girl, and this gave them the impression that Midoriya and Hado are the secret parents of Eri and that they just revealed their secret love child to the public. This caused the students to spread word about what they believed, and that rumor rapidly spread like wildfire, and many students took the rumors seriously, as they couldn't believe that Midoriya made Hado pregnant and she secretly gave birth to Eri and now they are coming out and reveal their secret as parents of Eri. No way, Hado is the mother, and Midoriya is the father. That can't be. That Midoriya, he's a lecher. I can't believe he did that to Hado. He really has the guts. I bet he seduced her and she got pregnant in secrecy. While Midoriya and Hado are unaware of the rumors spreading as they are having fun with Eri, Tagata snickered at hearing how silly the rumors are as he knows that the rumors they spread are false, and opted not to say anything and let Midoriya and Hado enjoy their time. However, Haya and Amajiki took the rumors spreading the wrong way and wrongly presumed that Midoriya intended for this to happen as a way to promote himself, and they are secretly pissed, thinking that Midoriya is secretly using Hado just to boost his image, and now the two third-year students are determined to expose Midoriya for his Casanova attitude, which in reality is not the case. Nejire Hado, she has no idea. That Midoriya, he planned this all along. And he sure fooled me. We got to do something. I agree. We should protect Nejire. Right. Much later, the scene shifts inside the rest of the school hallway within UA Academy, as Tagata led Eri around, showing the various areas, which the little girl just stared in curiosity as it was her first time seeing the various areas inside the hallway of UA Academy, and she wondered if things would be okay here until Hado lifted Eri and held her in her arms, assuring to her that she will enjoy the upcoming school festival and promised that she will have a good time. Believe me, Eri-chan, you're going to enjoy it. Really. Really. Don't worry, Mama Nejire will take care of you. Mama, Nejire, yup. Behind them were Haya and Amajiki, and their eyes were glued towards Midoriya, as they still suspect that he might be the beep amongst the first years, and are still wary towards him despite Tagata assuring that Midoriya is not a beeped person. Yet both Haya and Amajiki are not taking chances and are making sure that Midoriya does not do anything beeped towards Hado, vowing to take action if he attempted to even try peeking at her skirt. Amajiki, yeah, you know the drill, yeah. The moment Midoriya try anything funny, we pounce him. Good, we're all set, right, as Hado playfully carry Eri. Midoriya was walking behind, and saw Hado and Eri seemingly getting along, and sees that they make a good pair as siblings, though he is unaware that earlier, some UA Academy students suspect that Eri is Hado's child, due to them misinterpreting what they saw, hence he had no idea that rumors are starting to fly about him and Hado being the secret parents to Eri, and he also have no idea that Haya and Amajiki are onto him due to them wrongly believing that Midoriya is lustfully after Hado. By then Midoriya suddenly blushed after accidentally recalled what happened earlier, which he unintentionally saw Hado's chest while rehearsing for the beauty contest, and in his trail of thoughts, he failed to notice that he and the others are in front of Power Loader's workshop, and soon a loud explosion occurred, where the door was busted down and Midoriya fell to the floor, where someone landed on top of him. Eri stared in worry, but Tagata assured to her that Midoriya will be okay and that nothing bad will happen to him, which made Eri wonder if Midoriya would be fine after what just occurred, as smoke filled the area that emanated from Power Loader's workshop. Will Deku be okay? Yup, he will be. But, the smoke. Oh, don't worry about it, Eri. Really, yes. Watch. By then Haya and Amajiki came as they were startled by the explosion, and saw what just happened, and as the smoke cleared, it shows that Mei Hatsume landed on top of Midoriya, and as he opened his eyes, he blushed deeply as her cleavage is so close to his eyes, and both Haya and Amajiki blushed at what they saw, and misunderstood the scene, and the two third-year students accuses Midoriya of tricking Hatsume into seducing him. As Hatsume got up, acting like nothing happened, like it was business as usual, Midoriya heard the accusations and tried to defend himself, but Haya wouldn't listen and said that she is now sure that Midoriya is the hentai of the first-year students and said that she will not hesitate to use her quirk to stop him from making other girls he come into contact do seductive things for his carnal pleasures, much to Midoriya's exasperation. I'll stop you if I have to. You hentai. You misunderstood. You use some kind of quirk, and made the girls come to you so you can peek at their beeps. No, you. First was Nejire, and then the support course student. You got it all wrong. Seeing Eri watching the scene with worry, Haya became more of a nervous wreck as she assumes that Midoriya intend to use Eri for his plans and grabbed the younger boy by his collar and shook him in fury, and Midoriya screamed as he professed his innocence, but Haya said she won't be fooled by his words and even went far by calling him a pedophile of Kouhai. So now you are using that little girl as a camouflage. You UAL fiend. Now you're using that little girl just to hide the fact that you are going to engage in beeped activities. What? You're crazy. You really are a lecher. A super lecher. That's not. You hentai. Maniac. Pedophile. You got the wrong idea. Tagata sighed while smiling, as he knew that Haya is just acting like that as protection towards Hado, and he went closer and mediated the situation and corrected everything by telling her what really happened and assured to her that Midoriya is not what she suspect him to be. Haya stared wide-eyed and asked Tagata if he is sure about what he said, which he smiled and assured to her that Midoriya is really harmless and has zero pedness, thus rest assured that Midoriya is a really good boy and one of the best in CL1A. Are you serious? Yes. That kid. Yup. Midoriya is really a good boy. He's just acting like that. I've seen him outside class. He's a good boy. Even Sir Night-Eye knows that Midoriya is not beeped. But, trust me, Haya is still doubtful but nevertheless relented and released her hold on Midoriya, but she glared at him and tells him he better not make any wrong move towards Hado, which he quickly tells her that he has no intention of doing anything bad to Hado, with Tagata assuring to her that Midoriya is really harmless to any girls. Amajiki is also doubtful and asked Tagata if he is really sure about Midoriya not the suspected hentai amongst the first years, which Tagata assured that Midoriya is really an innocent boy and has zero beep desire. Believe me, Tamaki, Midoriya is really a good boy. How can you be sure? I already seen it. He is a very good boy. But, don't worry, Midoriya is not what you imagine. Mirio. Okay. After that, Haya and Amajiki stand down, and Midoriya sighed as he thanked Tagata for helping him out, which the third-year student smiled and said it is nothing while apologizing for Haya's actions, saying that she is Hado's best friend and she is looking out for Hado and to protect her from beeps and the like. Really? Tagata-senpai. Yup, she's acting like an Amazon. Haya is just like that, but she is protective towards Nejire. Really? Yes, really. I don't know, senpai. Ha ha. After that, Tagata led Eri and Midoriya to another tour, which Hado tagged along and everything went well until it was late in the afternoon, and there it was time for Tagata to return Eri to the hospital, and he promised to Midoriya that he and Eri will attend the school festival and make Eri enjoy herself to the max. Midoriya nodded and tells him and Eri to attend the concert that CL1A will hold, and Tagata smiled saying that Eri will definitely enjoy herself when she sees Midoriya dance with the rest of CL1A. Don't worry, Midoriya, Eri-chan and I will be there. Really? Yes, really. Okay. If you get there early, show her around the booths. Sure. There are plenty of food there. Yeah, I got everything covered. Good. After that, Tagata hailed a taxi and he and Eri head back to the hospital. While Hado smiled as she get to spend time with Eri, then she glanced at Midoriya before hugging him affectionately, and tells him to vote for her in the upcoming beauty pageant, which he nodded and promised that he will vote for her, and Hado smiled and said that she would win this year and dedicate the win for him and Eri, which made Midoriya blush in surprise. Really? Yeah, really. I don't think It's okay. Hado-senpai, you and Eri-chan are special to me. Hee hee. After that, both decided to head back to Heights Alliance and walk together, which Haya and Amajiki stared in suspicion seeing that the two were holding hands though Hado was doing this as a friend due to her friendly personality, and the two third-year students stealthily follow them to make sure that Midoriya wouldn't try anything beeped towards Hado. As Midoriya and Hado are walking, she asked in curiosity what CL1A would be doing once the school festival commences, and there he told her that CL1A would do a concert where there would be singing and dancing, which he said that Eri would be watching, and there Hado realized that it would be good for Eri to see it. However, she apologized as she tells him that she won't be able to watch due to her preparing for the beauty pageant, but Midoriya offered that he would have their concert recorded so she can watch it after the school festival ends. Hado smiled and hugged him affectionately, thanking him. Yay, thanks. Sure, now I'm really pumped. Okay. Let's give our all at the school festival. Right, not far. Amajiki and Haya became more suspicious and had a feeling that Midoriya is planning something and both agreed to keep an eye on Midoriya and confront him once his beeped intentions became known. Several days later, it was the day of UA Academy's school festival, and everyone, teachers and students, are gearing up and are determined to give their all to make this year a memorable one, while the scene shifts at the hospital where both Tagata and Eri are boarding a taxi as they are heading for UA Academy as they are looking forward to enjoy themselves and to watch Midoriya perform during their concert program. You ready, Eri? Yeah, don't worry, you'll enjoy it. Yeah, and there will be lots of food and snacks. Okay, so cheer up. Okay. Several days later, it was the day of UA Academy's school festival, and everyone, teachers and students, are gearing up and are determined to give their all to make this year a memorable one, while the scene shifts at the hospital where both Tagata and Eri are boarding a taxi as they are heading for UA Academy as they are looking forward to enjoy themselves and to watch Midoriya perform during their concert program. You ready, Eri? Yeah, don't worry, you'll enjoy it. Yeah, and there will be lots of food and snacks. Okay, so cheer up. Okay. Several minutes later, the taxi arrived at UA Academy, which Tagata paid the cab driver and Eri got off, and both Tagata and Eri entered the academy, which she is taken aback at seeing so many people, and Tagata assured that she will enjoy the school festival, which the innocent little girl just nodded. It's okay, Eri-chan. That's how festivals like these do, attract a lot of people. Really? Yes, so don't worry. Okay. Tagata then led Eri within the school grounds and he told her about the various booths and other stalls, in which Eri just nodded, while the two bonded and are touring the food booths and the such. Other UA students blinked their eyes at seeing Tagata and Eri, and having heard that the big three member taking a break from UA Academy, they began to suspect that Eri is Tagata's secret child, which in reality is not true. Hey, no way, is that the reason why Tagata took a break? Tagata is secretly a dad. Damn, who is the child's mother? I wonder. As the minutes passed, Eri has been to various booths, and while she is fine, she couldn't bring herself to smile, though Tagata told her to take her time as she will enjoy the school festival. Enjoying? Yeah, still, I can't. Don't worry, take your time, Eri-chan. You'll enjoy it here. Okay. While everyone is busy preparing their respective programs, the scene shifts near UA High grounds where Midoriya is facing off against Gentle Criminal, and both are passionate about something which puts things on the line, with both cannot afford to lose. Gentle Criminal wants to gatecrash the UA High Sports Festival to make his live videos uploaded to the various social media so that he would gain lots and lots of attention, making him an attention seeker. Midoriya, on the other hand, is intent to prevent Gentle Criminal from accomplishing this as this would cause the school festival to be cancelled even if it is a mere false alarm, which he doesn't want that to happen as he promised Eri that she would enjoy the festival and make her smile again. I won't let you ruin the school festival, but I need to show myself. A child's smile is at stake here. I still want to show up. I won't let you. Then I'll force my way through. I will stop you. The battle went back and forth. And despite Labrava's intervention, Midoriya would not be denied and eventually made Gentle Criminal concede defeat, just as Pro Heroes UA High teachers Ectoplasm and Hound Dog arrived and both Gentle Criminal and Labrava are taken to police custody. Ectoplasm talked to Midoriya and got the gist of what happened, and tells him he did well in holding Gentle Criminal off to allow help to arrive, while showing concern that Midoriya got a minor busted nose and bruises on his face, though the CL1A student assured that he is okay. Don't worry, Sensei. I'm good. Are you sure? Yes. You should go see Recovery Girl and have her treat your injury. Okay. You still have time, so go to her clinic now. Okay. Let's go. While Hound Dog berated Midoriya for acting selfish, he still tells him to go to UA High for his classmates are waiting for him, and soon he got back to his classmates just in time to prepare and get ready for their concert program, which majority of the students are there. And amongst the audiences are Tagata and Eri, as she felt nervous about this but Tagata assured to her that she will enjoy the concert. It's okay, Eri-chan. You'll love this one. Yeah. Will Deku show up? Yes he will, Eri-chan. You'll see him soon enough. Okay. By then CL1A began the concert, which Kyoka Jiro served as the lead guitarist and vocals while Bakugo, Tokiyami and Yaoyorozu served as the guitarist, drummer and pianist respectively and the rest as dancers, and as the performance went on, many of those who watched the concert were taken away by the sheer thrill and they all ended up singing, dancing and they were cheering for CL1A, and Eri smiled for the first time since being disowned by her own mother. Tagata was overjoyed as he saw it, glad that Chisaki's influence on Eri has finally been erased, and now Eri's road to recovery is now set and would soon be able to adjust to normal life. Several minutes later, the scene shifts at the other area within Kouhai grounds, where the beauty contest is held, and there Midoriya is seen carrying Eri like he is his own child, and the students who saw Tagata carrying Eri several minutes ago are now suspecting that Midoriya is the father, which caused quite a huge misunderstanding, while relieved that Tagata wasn't the one since they believe that the Big Three is a responsible role model. That's the kid from CL1A. And he's carrying that child. Then Tagata isn't the father. Thank goodness. Wait, if Midoriya is the father, who is the mother? Yeah, who? Eri then asked if Hado is amongst the participants, which Midoriya confirmed, and she said that she really wanted to see her perform, and Midoriya said that she will see Hado perform in a few minutes and said that no matter what happens, Hado would still be a winner in everyone's eyes. Eri nodded and said that she wished that Hado is her mother as she felt the warmth that her biological mother gave before being disowned, while wishing that Midoriya would be her dad because of how warm he showed off. This made Midoriya blush and felt that Eri is too innocent to think something like that and decided that what she said is just a compliment, and assured to the little girl that everything will be okay. It's okay, Eri-chan. Quote, question mark, quote. I'll be here for you. And Hado Senpai will be here for you. Really? Yes. Some of the students near Midoriya overheard what Eri said and they misunderstood it, and believed that aside from Midoriya, they believed that Hado is Eri's secret mother, and are baffled as to how this happened, while Tagata just snickered as he knows that the students who overheard it misunderstood it and are just eager to spread unproven rumors. No way. Did you hear that? Hado is. She's the mother. How? That Midoriya. He claimed her. He really is a lecher. Moments later the beauty pageant commences and the various participants showed their talents, which somewhat attracted the audience's attention with various degree, but then the final three participants for the Miss Ua Academy crown had their turn to show what they can do. The aforementioned participants shown are Bibimi Kenranzuki, 3rd year, Nejire Hado, 3rd year, Itsuka Kendo, 1st year. Kendo showed off her talent, which is chopping a pile of wooden planks using her quirk, but in the process ripped her dress, which she unintentionally showed her body, while Kenranzuki blew off her own by showcasing a gold-plated, Trojan horse-like object, but then Hado uses her quirk to make an air corsage, which wowed the audience to the core. Both Midoriya and Eri stared at the air corsage that Hado made and the little girl commented that the corsage and Hado herself are pretty, which Midoriya agreed, as he subconsciously began to notice Hado's beauty. Deku, look, it's pretty. Yeah, it is. Nejire is pretty. Yeah, she is a beauty. Towards the end of the contest the votes were tallied and after some time, Hado is proclaimed the winner, which Kenranzuki took the loss well and is a good sport, as she congratulated Hado for the hard-fought victory, which Hado smiled and said she is glad that they competed in good sportsmanship. You win, Hado. Thanks. I lost. Fair and square. It's okay. We had lots of fun. Yes, and you sure are the better competitor. And you're a good sport. Take care of the crown, Hado. I will. As Hado waved at the audience, things went on until she left the stage and is excited to see Eri, and there she asked her if she enjoyed the contest, which Eri excitedly told Hado that she was odd, and even said that Midoriya's performance was exciting. Hado smiled and apologized to Midoriya that she was unable to watch it, but Midoriya told her that CL1A made a recording and he will give her a copy later, which Hado smiled and hugged him in an affectionate way, causing the CL1A member to blush deeply. Haya and Amajiki stared suspiciously and are now wondering if Midoriya intended for this to happen and are suspecting that he is doing this to make Eri think that he is impressing her, though Tagata assured to his two classmates that Midoriya has no beeped intentions toward Hado. Simmer down, you two. But, Midoriya is not a hentai. But look, he is using that child too. Yeah, he even made her think that Nejire is. It's okay. There's no need to worry. As Hado waved at the audience, who were cheering after seeing that she became the new beauty pageant winner, things went on until she left the stage and is excited to see Eri, and there she asked her if she enjoyed the contest, which Eri excitedly told Hado that she was odd, and even said that Midoriya's performance was exciting. Hado smiled and apologized to Midoriya that she was unable to watch it, but Midoriya told her that CL1A made a recording and he will give her a copy later, which Hado smiled and hugged him in an affectionate way, causing the CL1A member to blush deeply. Haya and Amajiki stared suspiciously and are now wondering if Midoriya intended for this to happen and are suspecting that he is doing this to make Eri think that he is impressing her, though Tagata assured to his two classmates that Midoriya has no beeped intentions toward Hado. Simmer down, you two. But, Midoriya is not a hentai. But look, he is using that child too. Yeah, he even made her think that Nejire is. It's okay. There's no need to worry. After that, the UA students resumed in checking out the other programs, while Hado, Tagata, Eri and Midoriya hang out with each other, where they passed by several food booths and Eri saw one that sells apple-flavored candies, and she pointed one, which Tagata asked if she wants one. Tagata ni-chan, yes, can I have one? That? Yes, sure, here. As Tagata took Eri to the food booth, Midoriya is left alone with Hado, and she smiled at him, thanking him for voting for her at the beauty contest, which made him blush and said it is nothing, admitting that she's not only cute, but also why in a way, which made her smile even more. Really? Why yes, really, I look why to you. Why yeah. Thanks, it's nothing, you sure are romantic. And not at all. As Midoriya was suddenly taken in by her cuteness, a pair of UA students came and pointed out that Midoriya and Hado were stepping on a yellow circle, which indicates that they are chosen, which made the two teens wonder what this is about, and a few minutes later, both of them are at the marriage booth, where it is revealed that any boy with a girl stepping on the yellow circle would subject them to marriage, which is a mock wedding. Soon word reached some of Midoriya's classmates about the marriage booth and both Mineta and Kaminari became intrigued, yet suspicious that Midoriya would get to key one of the beauties within UA Academy, and they both urged their classmates that they should check out the marriage booth and see if Midoriya has the guts to key this girl on the lips, which others, like Yaoyorozu and Jiro find it intriguing, knowing that Midoriya is not that kind of a boy. What do you think, Yao Momo? It might be worth checking out. You sure? Yes, that way we would get to see if Midoriya is really a good boy or if he is on par with Mineta's perversity. Midoriya isn't that kind of a person. Who knows? Kaminari and Mineta exchanged thumbs-up gestures as they led their classmates towards the marriage booth to see if Midoriya has the guts to key this girl on the lips, finding it intriguing to watch, though this made Uraraka feel a bit curious to see if Midoriya is willing to go that far, yet Asui is confident that Midoriya is a gentleman and would not do something beeped. Really, Su-chan, Hiro, that I believe. Yeah, you're right, I know Deku, he's not the kind of guy who would. Not to mention that Midoriya-chan is shy around girls. You're right, Hiro, we should check it out. Right. The next scene shifts at the wedding booth, where Midoriya and Hado are there, with the former blushed at this while Hado seemingly did not mind it, and their mock priest stood in front of them, where he began to officiate the wedding rites, and their Hado cheerfully told Midoriya just to play along, which made the younger boy blush deeper. Soon the rest of CL1A arrived and are surprised to see who Midoriya's wedding partner is, in which Kaminari and Mineta are shocked and envious to see that of all the girls it was Hado, and they were dumbfounded on how she became Midoriya's wedding partner in the mock wedding. Whoa, Mineta, did you? No way, that's Hado of the big three. And Midoriya is her. No, this can't be, how did he? That Midoriya, he one-upped us. That traitor. Soon more UA Academy students arrived and are surprised to see this and commented on how Hado, this year's beauty pageant winner, became the wedding partner of Midoriya, and expressed suspicions that he set this up just to steal a key from Hado. Damn, CL1A really wanted attention. Holding a concert is one thing. And now he is going to marry this year's beauty pageant winner. He must have planned this from the start. That could be it. I bet he must have put a drink on her and made her agree. And now he's going to brag to everyone. Izuku Midoriya, you're on our target list. Midoriya overheard this and it made him feel embarrassed, but Hado assured to him that things will be okay and all he had to so is play along, which made him hesitant yet he slowly did as told, and there the wedding ritual commences and minutes later the mock priest made the final rites which he asked the couple if they consented to get married. Do you, Nejire Hado, take this boy as your husband? I do. And you, Izuku Midoriya, take this girl as your wife? I do. Really? Yeah, in that case, I now pronounce you, husband and wife. You two may key asterisk. Giggle. Quote exclamation mark quote. After that, the mock priest tells the couple to exchange key asterisk. Which Hado smiled and saw Midoriya taking a deep breath and hesitantly went near her, and she did the same, where both intend to just do a simple peck on the cheek, but Midoriya seemingly loses his balance and accidentally went forward a bit fast and accidentally made a passionate key asterisk, which the mock priest stared in surprise, seeing that it looked like a real key and wondered if Midoriya and Hado are a real couple or not. Both snapped back to reality, where Hado just smiled, though there was a bit of a blush on her cheeks, while Midoriya blushed deeply as he got his first key asterisk, and had just made a passionate one to a senpai like Hado. Midoriya became worried that he may have violated her and leave a very bad impression. By then, Tamaki Amajiki passed by and is rather shocked at what he just saw and assumed that Midoriya made a pawn Hado, and discreetly demanded an explanation for this, and a nervous Midoriya said that it was accidental in nature. Hey, you, Amajiki senpai, what the F asterisk 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 did you just do? You sure have the guts to make a pawn my classmate. And no, I'm betting you want to take her somewhere and. Why you got the wrong idea. Midoriya became more worried seeing that Amajiki misunderstood what he saw, but then things took a hilarious turn as Mineta and Kaminari were in a state of disbelief at seeing what Midoriya did and believed that he was planning this all along, which unknown to them, it was not true, and they began to accuse Midoriya of this treachery, much to Midoriya's exasperation. Midoriya, hey, Midoriya, so this is why. You were aiming for this from the start. What? Wait, you got the wrong idea. Now I really misjudged you. First you tried to peek at Hatsume's chest before the provisional license exam, then during the provisional license exam you even managed get close to the naked Shiketsu high chick, and now you even stole a key from this year's beauty pageant winner and one of the big three. You UAL maniac. I bet you want to seduce her because her flying quirk can take you up and have in the air once you two are alone. You got the wrong idea. That's not true. I have no eki thoughts towards Hado senpai. Honest. Eri watched the scene innocently and asked Tagata what Mineta and Kaminari are talking about, as she did not understand the topic, which the big three member sweat dropped and tells her that Mineta mistakenly think that Midoriya did it on purpose about keying Hado, and assured to her that what she saw a while ago is just a game. And that's that, really. Yes, really. It's fine, I tell you. Are they going to be okay? Don't worry, they'll be fine. As Midoriya is trying to explain himself to Amajiki, Yuyu was there and is shocked at what she just saw, and she grabbed Midoriya by his collar and shook him violently, demanding to know if he seduced Hado into keying him, which he denied the accusation yet she did not believe him, and threatens to use her quirk to teach him a lesson for making a pat Hado. You fiend. Whoa 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 whoa, what did you do to my best friend? Whoa 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 whoa, how dare you? Whoa 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 whoa. Are you planning to drug her in secret and take her ity? I won't let you. LL kill you if I have to. Whoa 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 whoa. Amajiki initially appeared neutral as he is unsure whether to intervene and calm Yuyu down or join in at interrogating Midoriya, though he can hear the whispers from other students, commenting on how a first-year student is able to steal a key from the winner of this year's beauty contest of the sports festival, and commented on how lucky Midoriya is. Man, that kid is lucky. Indeed. Wait, isn't that Midoriya of CL1A? Whoa, he just keyed the pretty girl of the big three. That kid is really lucky. No way. That, coupled with some comments that if luckier, Midoriya might get a score in an upset, which made Yuyu more concerned and panicked, and shook Midoriya even harder, threatening to use her quirk to dissuade the younger boy from claiming Hado's ity, which Midoriya had to defend himself from Yuyu's accusations. You damn nymphomaniac. So that's your plan. Whoa 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 whoa. You were aiming for this from the start. Whoa 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 whoa. You won't succeed. I won't let you. Whoa 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 whoa. I'll kill you right here, right now. Whoa 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 whoa. Hado stared at the scene and is quite worried that Amajiki and Haya were picking on Midoriya. Then she saw Tagata snickering a bit while sweat dropping, which she just smiled, but then she noticed that Eri looked a little worried, and their Hado realized that this situation needs to be resolved and decided to make a move and calm everyone down. The scene at the UA School Festival is starting to gain ground in terms of attention, as nearly every students are assembled in front of the wedding booth as an unexpected scene caught their attention, in which a mock wedding took place, which involves the third-year student, who happened to be this year's winner of the beauty pageant, Nejire Hado. Hado happened to step on a yellow circle along with Izuku Midoriya, in which whoever steps on the circle will be subjected to a mock wedding, and during the wedding ritual Midoriya accidentally kissed Hado on the lips, earning shocking reactions from the students in attendance. This elicited various reactions from the students who commented that Midoriya has gotten bold in stealing a key from Hado, which seemingly worsens the misunderstanding. Look at that, he really did it. Midoriya kissed Hado. Je must have planned it from the start. He sure is lucky. A lucky hentai if you ask me. Seriously, so he is really. Hado's best friend, Haya, was pissed and accuses Midoriya of doing this on purpose, and even suspecting him of doing something eki towards the Big Three member, and she strangles him in anger, which the younger boy was unable to make a rebuttal to clear up the misunderstanding. You fiend. Whoa 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 whoa, what did you do to my best friend? Whoa 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 whoa, how dare you? Whoa 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 whoa. Are you planning to drug her in secret and take to your dorm room so you can steal her ity? I won't let you. LL kill you if I have to. Whoa 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 whoa. Amajiki initially appeared neutral as he is unsure whether to intervene and calm Yu down or join in at interrogating Midoriya, though he can hear the whispers from other students, commenting on how a first-year student is able to steal a key from the winner of this year's beauty contest of the sports festival, and commented on how lucky Midoriya is. Man, that kid is lucky, indeed. Wait, isn't that Midoriya of CL1A? Whoa, he just kissed the pretty girl of the Big Three. That kid is really lucky. No way. That, coupled with some comments that if luckier, Midoriya might get a score in an upset, which caused Yu to get paranoid and panicked, and shook Midoriya even harder, threatening to use her quirk to dissuade the younger boy from claiming Hado's ity, which Midoriya had to defend himself from Yu's accusations. You damn nymphomaniac, so that's your plan. Whoa 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 whoa. You were aiming for this from the start. Whoa 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 whoa. You won't succeed. I won't let you. Whoa 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 whoa. I'll kill you right here, right now. I'll go as far as chopping off your PP. Whoa 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 whoa. Hado stared at the scene and is quite worried that Amajiki and Haya were picking on Midoriya. Then she saw Tagata snickering a bit while sweat dropping, which she just smiled, but then she noticed that Eri looked a little worried, and their Hado realized that this situation needs to be resolved and decided to make a move and calm everyone down. She placed a hand on Haya's shoulder and tells her that she has nothing to worry, reiterating that Midoriya is a good and innocent boy, causing Haya to stare in surprise, asking Hado if she knows what she is saying, refusing to believe that Midoriya is not beeped. But, Nejire, what if he really is a? Relax, Yu-chan. Midoriya is really a good boy. Nejire. What, do you really believe that boy? I do. Some of Hado's admirers also chimed in, asking if she is sure about Midoriya being innocent and all, as they too do not believe that he is a good boy at all, as they are also suspicious towards the CL1A member. Hado, listen to her. That boy is not what he appeared to be. He could be the rumored beep amongst the first-year students. He has been planning to steal a key from you. He even used that child to mask his beeped intentions toward you. You must not get too close to that boy. Hearing the crowd's reaction, Haya began preparing her electricity quirk as she is now dead set in putting Midoriya out of commission before he gets the chance to beep Hado, and seeing this, Eri panicked and ran towards Midoriya, hugging him as she uses herself as a shield to stop Haze from attacking him. Seeing that the misunderstanding has gotten a little too far, Hado took the chance and grabbed Eri and Midoriya's hands as she uses her quirk to propel herself and the two into the air and flew away. Haya panicked as she believed that Midoriya may have brainwashed Hado into going somewhere and go all the way, prompting her to shake Amajiki and urged him to help her find Hado before Midoriya would get the chance to take her ity. Amajiki. Whoa 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 whoa. Do something. Whoa 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 whoa. Use your quirk. Sprout a dog's nose or something. Whoa 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 whoa. We got to find them. or that Midoriya brat will deflower Nejire. Whoa 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 whoa. A few minutes later, the scene shifts at the center of UA Academy where there are several food stalls stationed, and wanting to temporarily hide from curious onlookers, they hid behind a large stall, as Midoriya and Hado are panting after flying for a few minutes in order to lose their rumor-spreading pursuers as things got chaotic due to the misunderstanding. Ha, 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 you okay, Hado-senpai? Yeah, what about you, Midoriya? Just fine. Did we lose them? I think so. That's good to hear. After catching their breaths, both Midoriya and Hado stared at each other before snickering while at the same time they hugged Eri, admiring her innocent nature, and their Midoriya and Hado listened as Eri told them how she enjoyed the CL1A concert, and Midoriya was almost in tears, seeing that Chisaki's traumatic influence on the little girl has been erased, and now Eri can take steps to live a normal life. Hado smiled as she sees that Midoriya is such a caring person and treated Eri like a sibling, and there she made a decision, and tells Eri that she will become her big sister, which Eri stared in surprise, and asked if that is okay. Yup, you heard me, Eri. I'm going to be your big sister. Really? Yup, really. Is it okay? Sure, it's fine. From this point on, I'll protect you, just like what Midoriya did to you. Eri then hugged Hado, as she get to experience having an older sibling figure, and Midoriya smiled and mentally thanked Hado for that, and their Hado smiled at Midoriya, and suddenly both appeared to be locked in a trance, as attraction was formed, and before they realize it, they unknowingly keyed on the lips, and Eri blushed and mumbled that the two were really married, and both teens snapped back to reality and blushed, and embarrassingly tried to explain themselves. Wait, it's not what you think. It's just, well, just forget what you saw, Eri-chan. Why yeah, unfortunately, their rumor-spreading pursuers within UA Academy caught them and even recorded the keying scene, while at the same time commented that both Midoriya and Hado have become so brazen that they keyed in front of Eri, and whispered amongst themselves that Midoriya and Hado are indeed the secret parents of Eri, much to the two UA Academy students' embarrassment and dismay. So it's true, those two are the secret parents. And Hado is already a mother. So Midoriya is really the father. That guy really have the balls. He screwed Hado and now they have a secret kid. No way, and I thought Hado is single. Wanting to get away, and seeing that Hado need to conserve her stamina after using it to fly minutes ago, Midoriya held her in Eri as he uses full cowling and jumped away from the area they are in and went towards Heights Alliance, which he felt it would be safe, though his actions were seen by most of CL1A, specifically the following students: Uraraka, Asui, Yaoyorozu, Jiro, Mineta, Kaminari, Ashido, Hagakure. There they go. Midoriya is carrying Kendo. Deku, Hiro. So there is something going on between them. That smooth-talking bastard, he even used Eri as a cover. Midoriya is really a UAL maniac. Hey, stop accusing Midoriya of that. Not far. Both Haya and Imajiki saw the two with Eri, and the two third-year students are set to go after them, but Yukio showed up and told the two to stop, assuring to them that Hado is not in danger and that Midoriya is not a beeped person, which Haya and Imajiki stared in disbelief. Wanting to get away, and seeing that Hado need to conserve her stamina after using it to fly minutes ago, Midoriya held her in Eri as he uses full cowling and jumped away from the area they are in and went towards Heights Alliance, which he felt it would be safe, though his actions were seen by most of CL1A, specifically the following students: Uraraka, Asui, Yaoyorozu, Jiro, Mineta, Kaminari, Ashido, Hagakure. There they go. Midoriya is carrying Kendo. Deku, Hiro. So there is something going on between them. That smooth-talking bastard, he even used Eri as a cover. Midoriya is really a UAL maniac. Hey, stop accusing Midoriya of that. Not far. Both Haya and Imajiki saw the two with Eri, and the two third-year students are set to go after them, but Yukio showed up and told the two to stop, assuring to them that Hado is not in danger and that Midoriya is not a beeped person, which Haya and Imajiki stared in disbelief. They asked the Dragoon hero what she meant, but Yukio smiled and assured to the two third-year students that Hado is not in any danger. You have my word, Hado is okay. But, that Midoriya might. He won't. He is a good boy. Are you sure? Yes. Believe me. Tagata came and patted his two classmates' shoulders and gave assurance that Hado is okay and that what they are thinking is wrong, reiterating that Midoriya is not the hentai that the rumors they are hearing, though Haya and Imajiki are still worried after seeing Midoriya taking off with Hado, but Tagata smiled and said that Eri is with them so there is no need to worry. However, Haya got frantic as she irrationally believed that Midoriya is using Eri as a cover just to have his way with Hado, and Imajiki seemingly agreed and the two third-year students agreed to head towards Heights Alliance and stop Midoriya from violating Hado even though Tagata tried to dissuade the two, seeing that his classmates are reacting rashly. Hey, easy, guys. But we can't leave Nejire alone with that boy. I can tell that Midoriya has an ulterior motive. Come on, Midoriya won't. Can't you see, Tagata? That boy is using that child as a cover. I'm sure that he would trick Nejire to go all the way with him. Haya is right, Mirio, we have to act now. Guys, you're going way too. We're not, and we mean it. A few minutes later, the scene zoomed inside the CL-1A dorms, and went straight to Midoriya's dorm room where Midoriya himself is panting as he went there via the windows, and both Hado and Eri sweat dropped at seeing him in such a state, and Eri glanced at the table where Midoriya's All Might collections are being displayed. Eri innocently explored them as Hado sat beside Midoriya and asked if he is okay, which he nodded and apologized again for what happened, which she smiled while assuring that he did nothing wrong, though she tells him that he better be ready, stating that as nightfall arrive, and when Monday arrive, everyone here at Heights Alliance and at UA Academy are sure to bombard him with queries about the rumors being spread. You can't be serious. Well, just a gut feeling, but I think that's what might happen come tonight up to Monday. But don't worry, just ignore what you're hearing. They're just rumors. Besides, we both know the truth. Right. Yeah, I guess. Okay, now relax and calm down. Okay, trust me, Midoriya-kun. It'll be fine. As Eri continued to touch and explore the All Might action figures, Hado patted the younger boy's head and assured to him that things will be okay, while at the same time tells him that she would be willing to look after Eri if he is having problems with schedules and the such, reminding him that she and Tagata can take turns in looking after Eri, which Midoriya smiled and appreciate her gesture. As she stood up, she momentarily loses her balance and he attempted to help her maintain her balance but he too loses momentum and both accidentally fell on the bed, with Hado on top, and their faces are close to each other, which caused the two teens to stare at one another, and unknowingly got into an innocent trance, seemingly forgetting that Eri is there. Hado smiled as usual though she apologized, though Midoriya said that it is okay, saying that at least she didn't hurt herself in the fall, which the big three member appreciate what he just did. Oh, really, Midoriya-kun? Why yeah, really, I'm serious. Oh, really? Hee. Hado stared at the younger boy and seemingly got fond of him because of how dedicated he is in wanting to become a pro hero while at the same time finding him cute and down to earth, while Midoriya finds himself drawn to her because of her cuteness and how endearing she is when spending time with Eri whenever they are alone together. Both stared at each other innocently and seemingly got lost in the moment that they accidentally kissed each other on the lips. Just like what they did at the wedding booth, and the two teens appeared to become oblivious as the kiss slowly went passionate but after 30 seconds both snapped back to reality. And glanced at their side, where they saw Eri staring at them innocently. And mumbled that the two teens are really married and wondered if they are going to have a baby, causing Midoriya to blush deeply and Hado to stare wide-eyed, realizing that Eri has once again misunderstood what she saw, and thus prompting the two teens to correct her over the misunderstanding she witnessed just now, hoping that she doesn't get any wrong ideas as they are worried that Aizawa would scold them for showing something inappropriate to Eri. Wait, that, Eri-chan, what you saw just now. Why you misunderstood, it's not what you think. Nay, we were not doing naughty things, really. It's just, well, Midoriya-kun. You got the wrong idea, Eri, Hado-senpai and I, Eep. Things got frantic in a comedic way as some of CL-1A members stood at the door of Midoriya's dorm room, and are staring wide-eyed as they saw Hado and Midoriya keyed on his bed with Eri watching them, and both Ashido and Hagakure were cooing like romance fanatics, saying that if Eri hadn't interrupted Midoriya and Hado would have proceeded to make out with each other. Wow, romantic. Just like in the manga. So sweet. Cute. I bet if Eri is not here you two would make out and go all the way. Bingo. Uraraka and Yaoyorozu were blushing but at the same time concerned as they are worried that Eri might get a lot of wrong ideas given her age and felt that what Midoriya and Hado did was inappropriate, and they gently whisked her away and goaded her to see Yaoyorozu's dorm room, saying that she has lots of goodies, including apples, which enticed the little girl. As Eri was taken away, Mineta and Kaminari shook Midoriya comically as they demanded to know if he is planning to go all the way with Hado, causing the ninth user of One for All to blush deeper and vehemently deny the accusation, which the two boys didn't believe him and insisted that Midoriya is intending to go all the way with the big three member. You got the wrong idea. You can't fool us. We saw it. You were smooching with Hado Senpai. Right in front of Eri. I'm betting that your tongue clashed with hers. And you're even planning to push your pants and brief down and stick your rod into her. Hey, you're going too far. So it's true then. Ual maniac. Though Hado smiled like usual, she blushed a bit as she sees this as something from a scene of a romance anime. But then Uraraka berated Mineta and Kaminari for the silly accusations, and an equally blushing Iida stepped in and reprimanded his two classmates for their inappropriate comments and told them to knock it off and stop harassing Midoriya, though the two boys insisted that they suspect that Midoriya is dead set in seducing Hado, causing Iida to bicker with the two boys. You pair of idiots. Huh, what? Your comments are offensive. Are you saying that Midoriya is going to violate Hado Senpai inside his dorm room? Do you realize what you're insinuating? But you saw it. It's right in front of us. You and your beeped thoughts. Stop thinking like maniacs. But, Midoriya was blushing deeply in embarrassment while Hado comforted him, and he apologized to her again for the misunderstanding he caused, yet she said that he did nothing wrong, stating that what they saw was a misunderstanding, yet she said that she doesn't mind it, much to his surprise, and Hado realized what she just said, and tried to correct herself in a rather embarrassing way. Hado Senpai. Quote exclamation mark quote. What? Well, that's. What I mean is. Well. Things took a hilarious turn as Midoriya saw Haya and Amajiki standing there, emitting a murderous aura, as they saw Midoriya keying Hado and believe that he is seducing her, and even irrationally believing that Midoriya is using Eri as leverage to goad Hado to go all the way with him, and they grabbed Midoriya and shook him rather violently. I knew it. You really intend to deflower my best friend. And you even have Eri to stand guard. You sure have the nerve. Whoa. And now you're going to corrupt a little girl. I won't let this slip by. Now you're going to pay. Whoa. I'm going to use my quirk on you. Same here, so prepare yourself. Whoa. Most of CL1A members' sweat dropped as Haya and Amajiki are manhandling Midoriya, and are divided in opinion, pondering on whether to intervene or not, even though it looked like the two third-year students would not relent as they accuse Midoriya of attempting to seduce Hado, but Iida became worried and told his classmates that they got to pacify Haya and Amajiki. Hado then tried to calm her two classmates down, saying that both she and Midoriya got lost in the moment, causing the two to stare in shock, thinking that their classmate has been corrupted by Midoriya, and this caused the two to shook Midoriya quite harder, berating him for causing Hado to get beepered in his beeped nature. Damn you, you corrupted my best friend. Now she is consenting in doing beeped acts with you. Whoa. You think you can get away with this? I won't let you. Now you're going to pay. Whoa. I'm going to use my quirk on you. And nobody's going to stop me. Same here, so prepare yourself. Whoa. Tagata was there and smiled after accidentally seeing Hado and Midoriya key Ed a while ago, and there he decided to calm his two classmates down and said that nothing bad happened and what Hado and Midoriya did is due to a romantic moment, which Haya and Amajiki stared in disbelief, and now they accused Midoriya of bribing Tagata, and the big three-member sighed and told them that is not true, and said that both Hado and Midoriya are perfect in potentially becoming a couple. Midoriya blushed deeper at hearing this while Hado smiled, and this caused some of the CL1A members to cheer on Midoriya, telling him to woo Hado before she graduates. The scene shifts outside the dorm unit of CL1A, where Haya is berating Hado for what happened earlier, asking the female Big Three member what was she thinking, saying that she allowed herself to get seduced by Midoriya, which Hado cheerfully assured to her best friend that Haya and Imajiki misunderstood what they saw. Haya and Imajiki stared wide-eyed at hearing this and reminded her of what took place during the school festival, like what happened at the wedding booth, getting caught by other students where she and Midoriya keyed while hiding at a food stall, and just a while ago she and Midoriya keyed inside his room while Eri stood guard, which Hado blushed but told her two classmates that she and Midoriya got lost in the moment, much to her two classmates' disbelief. Got lost in the moment? That's your alibi, Hado. Yes, Yu-Yu-chan. Imajiki-kun, are you stupid? Do you realize what you just said, Hado? Eri watches on and asked Tagata if anything bad happened, which Tagata assured to the little girl that everything is fine, and there Eri said that after seeing Midoriya and Hado keyed during the wedding booth incident, keying at a stall and keying inside Midoriya's dorm room, she wondered if Hado is going to have a baby since that's what married couples do. Haya was shocked at what she just heard, and she went ballistic as she said that Midoriya is indeed dangerous, reasoning that he even corrupted an innocent child by making her believe that Hado is married to Midoriya, and there she is set to head back inside the CL1A dorm room to beat up Midoriya, but Hado held her back and urged her to calm down, saying that everything is a misunderstanding. Yu-Yu-chan, wait, let go, Nejire, but, I'm pretty sure now, Midoriya's the serial hentai amongst the first years. He tried to seduce you, and even corrupted an innocent child. You misunderstood, you heard what that child said. Are you trying to defend that maniac? But Midoriya is a good boy, really. What? At the CL1A dorm, Midoriya is having a similar situation, as Ashido and Hagakure are pestering him about his wedding key and honeymoon with Hado, especially after the CL caught him and Hado keying on his bed inside his dorm room with Eri watching, and a blushing Midoriya had to repel the silly accusations with little success. So, how did it go? Does she taste good? Did her tongue reach yours? Have you two reached first base? Wait, it's not what? Come on, Midoriya, tell us the juicy part. Ashido, Hagakure, Moreover, Mineta and Kaminari are also pestering Midoriya and demanded to know if he is really planning to go all the way with Hado, and this caused Midoriya to blush deeper and he had to defend himself, telling the two boys that he would not go that far, yet Mineta and Kaminari insist that Midoriya is really attempting to seduce the third-year female member of the Big Three despite Eri's presence. So, you really intend to go all the way, right? Does her body feel good? I'm even betting that your sword is eager to get out of your sheath. So that's your plan, is it, Midoriya? Wait, it's not what? Come on, Midoriya, admit it, and you even bribed Eri to stand guard. Kaminari, Mineta, you got the wrong idea. Iida was dismayed by the two boys' verbal antics and he reprimanded them for the baseless assumptions and accusations, telling them to stop harassing Midoriya as he is not the kind of boy who would do something like that, and Midoriya is not a beeped person like what Mineta and Kaminari are proclaiming. You two idiots, are you really that shallow? But, do you really think that Midoriya would do something like what you two are claiming? But, now stop those silly speculations. But, Yaoyorozu agreed and she tells Ashido and Hagakure to knock it off as this would only cause Midoriya to be distressed and assured that Midoriya is not a beeped boy and would never take advantage. Ashido, Hagakure, are you two stooping on Mineta's level? But, do you really think that Midoriya would do something like what you two are claiming? But, now please, stop those silly speculations. I am sure Midoriya is not like that. But, outside Heights Alliance, Aizawa came and tells Tagata that he is here to pick Eri up, and are set to leave, with Aizawa telling him that he is making sure that Eri is brought back to the hospital and that Eri would be given a thorough check-up before being discharged, which Tagata nodded confidently. Eri then heard the rather loud antics as Midoriya's voice booming from the dorm, and Eri became worried as she wondered if this is because of Midoriya and Hado being married, causing Aizawa to stare in bafflement as Eri told Aizawa what happened a while ago, while Tagata snickered at how innocent Eri is, as she still believed at what she saw at the school festival's wedding booth. That's what you saw, Yes. Deku and Nejire. They keyed on the lips, the priest said they are husband and wife. Then they lay on Deku's bed. Keying, is it what they call honeymoon? Oh dear. So, are they having a baby? Looks like you need a crash course. Aizawa sighed and tells Eri that what she saw is not real, and Tagata assured to Eri that Midoriya is okay and nothing bad happened. Eri looked worried, but Aizawa assured to the little girl that things are fine, which she is convinced, and there Aizawa took Eri and left Heights Alliance. As Tagata is about to follow suit, he heard Haya's loud voice, and the big three-member sighed as he decided to go there and try to calm her down, seeing that she is still distrusting towards Midoriya because of the keying incident involving Hado. Inside the CL-1A dorm, most of the students' sweat dropped as Haya and Imajiki shook Midoriya violently as they blamed him for corrupting Eri, saying that she now thinks that Hado is pregnant and this would surely cause rumors flying, and Midoriya tried to deny the accusations but is unable to due to being shook violently. You damn hentai, I knew you're the maniac amongst the first years. And you're in trouble now. Whoa 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 whoa. First you set up with you and Nejire keying. Then seduce her at the stalls and even took her inside your bedroom. And you even had Eri guard the door, so I'm sure that you bribed her. Whoa 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 whoa. And now that child thinks that Nejire is pregnant. You were really the worst. You corrupted that child and Nejire. You may have fooled Mirio, but not us. Whoa 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 whoa. Hado tried to calm Haya and Imajiki down, telling them that they misunderstood what they saw, and that if rumors do start flying, it is best to ignore it, and said that Midoriya is indeed a good boy and she doesn't mind hanging out with him, causing Haya to stare in disbelief at hearing what Hado said. Tagata came and supported what Hado said, assuring that Midoriya is indeed a good boy and he would never do something to violate Hado, and Imajiki asked Tagata if he is sure about what he said regarding Midoriya, as he is also wary towards the One for All user, after seeing the keying incident a few times. Mirio, how can you? Believe me, Midoriya is a good boy. He can be trusted. But you saw, it's fine. If Hado feels violated, she'd blast Midoriya away already. So don't worry, Mirio, it's fine. However, hilarity ensued as Mineta and Kaminari misunderstood what they heard, as they hilariously believe what Haya said about Midoriya making Hado pregnant, and accuses Midoriya of indeed seducing her, which Midoriya frantically deny what his two classmates are insinuating. You damn UAL maniac. I knew you have a libido quirk. I can't believe that you'd scored big time with Hado Senpai. Whoa 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 whoa. First you set up with yourself and Hado Senpai towards the wedding booth, and goad her into keying you. Then seduce her at while hiding inside the stalls and even took her inside your bedroom. I'm betting that you're going to bring out your beep. And you even had Eri guard the door, so I'm sure that you bribed her, just to keep us out. Whoa 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 whoa. And now that child thinks that Hado Senpai is pregnant. You were really the worst. You may have fooled everyone, but not us. Whoa 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 whoa. This prompted Iida and Yaoyorozu to intervene and berated Kaminari and Mineta, telling the two to knock it off as their antics would only fuel more misunderstandings, which both Mineta and Kaminari reluctantly obliged, though they are still mentally pissed at Midoriya as they are still unwilling to believe that everything was a misunderstanding. Mineta, Kaminari, that's enough from you. Goodness, you're both disgraceful. Okay, behave yourselves, and we mean it. Okay. Tagata and Hado talked to Haya and Imajiki, assuring them that such possible rumors won't fly and that Midoriya is indeed a good boy, and persuaded the two to leave the CL-1A dorms and left, though Haya shot a glare towards Midoriya which he shivered in shock, and things went peaceful though Shiro, Ashido and Hagakure began to pester Midoriya, asking him how Hado tasted when he keyed her 3 times, during the wedding booth situation, at the stalls and inside his dorm room, much to Midoriya's discomfort and embarrassment. Midoriya, how was it? How did Hado Senpai taste when you keyed her? Come on, tell us. The wedding booth, the stalls, and inside your room. You were doing the kiwi poo. You were about to make love to her, right? Well. Heights Alliance. A few days later, the scene shifts to the third-year dorms of Heights Alliance, where the third-year students are getting ready to attend classes at UA Academy, as today is Monday, and even then the school festival fever can still be felt as the students are still happy with the reception of the school festival that has happened, which was a crowning moment for them due to the fact that Hado became this year's winner of the beauty pageant. The third-year students, mostly classmates of the Big Three, were worried for a moment because Hado faced tough competition, such as Itsuka Kendo made a strong showing while fellow Bibimi Kenranzuki were shown to look like strong contenders, but thankfully Hado's charms and her performance proved to be key factors that led her to winning the pageant. You did it. You actually won. Way to go, Nejire, you finally won the beauty pageant. After being in second place for 2 years, Hado finally beat Kenranzuki. Yay, way to go, Hado. Good work, Nejire. The next scene shows that Hado is ready and is waiting for the rest of her classmates, particularly Amajiki and Haya, to get ready, which they soon are, and with all members of Hado's Claire present, the group leave Heights Alliance at the same time, and while leaving the dorm grounds, 2 of Hado's classmates decided to have a bit of fun and teasingly asked Hado about her wedding experience and her wedding key asterisk, causing Hado to blush slightly while smiling and playfully told her 2 classmates to knock it off. So, how was the honeymoon? Were you in a wedding bliss? You're blushing, that means you want to have an erotic moment with that first-year boy. What's his name? Yeah, that Midoriya kid. Nay, will you 2 knock it off? Hee. I mean it. Tagata snickered at seeing Hado blushing, though she told her classmates that they should stop it as it would only fuel the rumors that continue to spread throughout the entire academy, which still persists about Hado being married to Midoriya and having a honeymoon. One of Hado's classmates said that they are just rumors and they should be ignored, but the other classmate said something like this shouldn't be ignored, since it involves a little girl that Midoriya and Hado rescued during the Shihasaikai raid operation. I'm serious. The little girl that Midoriya and Hado saved a few weeks ago, she might get caught up with those rumors since you said that she was standing guard while Midoriya was smooching Hado inside his dorm room. Come on, they're just rumors. Still, it's best to ignore them since they are just rumors. Well, it'll be fine. Really. Amajiki and Haya sighed, as they are still wary towards Midoriya, but then saw some of their classmates playfully teasing Hado even more. As the 2 female classmates urges her to be serious and she should propose and marry Midoriya for real so that they can be a legitimate, married couple, then adopt Eri, which they humorously said that they are like Lloyd, Yor and Anya from the manga anime Spy X Family, causing Hado to imagine that particular scene before she blush even more from slight embarrassment, earning more giggles from the 2 girls. The rest of Hado's claw observed the scene and sensed that Hado do have something towards Midoriya but wouldn't admit it, and felt that she should be honest with her feelings and admit that she have some feelings for Midoriya given how she reacted. Yup, it shows. Our Hado likes Midoriya. Looks like it. She should be more honest with her feelings. Yeah, and not deny it. What if Midoriya confesses to Hado? That's an interesting theory. Oh yeah, however, one male classmate jokingly said something foolish by insinuating that Midoriya is using Eri as a cover so that Midoriya would get closer to Hado, then slip a drug on her drink, then take her somewhere and do the you-know-what, causing Amajiki and Haya to stare wide-eyed in dismay and berated their classmate for the comments. Hey, stop that. What, are you crazy? Do you realize what you're saying? Yes, you're spouting such nonsense, and make some stupid scenario. As Amajiki feared, Hado got pissed, in a playful manner, especially as that classmate used Eri as a tool to take a shot at Midoriya and she grabbed her male classmate by his wrist and twists it and he shrieked in pain, as the female Big Three member tells him to keep Eri out of his mouth and not use her as a verbal excuse to take a shot at Midoriya. Nay, listen carefully. I.e., you've gone too far. I.e., leave Eri out of this and stop using her, okay? I.e., make another comment like that and I'm going to something worse than using wave motion. Got that? I.e., okay. The rest of Hado's intervened and urged her to calm down, reminding her that they are on their way to UA Academy and someone might see them like this, and tells her not to get riled over something like what their male classmate is implying. Hado, calm down, easy, relax, just ignore him. He's not worth the bother. That's right, let's simmer down. As Hado reluctantly calmed down, The rest of the CL sternly told their male classmate to stop his antics and leave Hado and Midoriya alone, and he should also stop using Eri, reasoning that Midoriya might get pissed if he hears about this and he would not take this well and it might land their clan trouble. So you better shut the hell up. And we mean it. Don't try to ruin Hado's morning. You won't get another chance like that. Piss her off again and we won't bail you out. And we mean it. Yeah, got that. The male classmate appeared to be shaken after what Hado did to him, and is in disbelief at what his classmates just said, and he reluctantly nodded so as not to be physically berated further. As things calmed down, Hado, Amajiki and Haya, along with their classmates, continue their trek towards Ua Academy and hope that nothing untoward happens. Much later, classes are ongoing at Ua Academy, and so far things are generally peaceful, and the scene shifts at the classroom of CL1A, where a subject just ended and it is just minutes away before lunch break, and their Iida, Asui and Uraraka told Midoriya that they should head to the cafeteria in order to get some seats and get early in line for the food. Come on, Deku, Hiro, we should go to the cafeteria. That's right, yeah, you're right, then let's go. Hiro, come on, Midoriya, okay. As Kaminari and Mineta were the first to open the door, they were greeted by several boys, who are from different courses, and are eyeing suspiciously towards Midoriya, as it turns out that they are fans and admirers of Hado, and they still believe the persistent rumors that Midoriya is trying to seduce Hado. Iida then approached the boys and asked what do they want, but the boys continued to eye Midoriya as they appeared to be visually hostile towards the one-for-all user, but eventually leave the scene, which Kirishima wondered what their problem is, which Bakugo believed that the boys must be jealous at CL1A because of the successful concert they played. You think so, Bakugo? What else it would be? I could have sworn they were looking at someone. It's obviously us, red hair. Really? Huh, they are really jealous because we pulled off a successful concert. Well, HMPH. However, Asui deduced what the boys were doing, and said that they seemed to hold a grudge towards Midoriya because of the rumors surrounding him, and Hado, which Kirishima and Uraraka reacted in disbelief as the boys are acting so immature just because of the wedding booth scene at the school festival last Saturday. Seriously, that's unmanly, and unfair too, Hiro. Why would they bear a grudge on Deku just because of the accidental key? It's too shallow. They should just woo Hado Senpai instead of glaring at Midoriya. Hiro, and they better not drag Eri into this. If they do, I'm going to beat them up. Hiro. Midoriya felt worried, but not for himself but for Hado and Eri, as they were indirectly dragged into this rumor-spreading mess, and wondered if the wedding booth incident is a mistake and is mentally questioning himself if he is responsible for this mess. But Todoroki told Midoriya to just ignore the boys as their petty grudges are not worth the time, and told him to just focus on his studies and keep building his friendship with Hado, which Uraraka, Asui and Kirishima agreed with Todoroki. Don't mind those admirers. They are not worth the worries. Yeah, Hiro. Be a good friend to Hado Senpai. You can woo her if you have feelings for her. We'll support you. Yeah, Hiro. Midoriya is moved by his classmates' words, and he thanked them, which they said that it is nothing and reiterated that Midoriya did nothing wrong, and said that he is the big brother of Eri, which Midoriya was flustered by the compliment, but Kirishima, Uraraka and Asui said that Eri would surely like the idea of Midoriya being the elder brother figure since Eri is an only child. Come on, Deku, be the big bro to Eri. Hiro, you're the only one that Eri-chan sees you like a brother. Well, it's fine, Deku. Yeah, Hiro. By then, a surprising turn of events took place as Eri suddenly entered the classroom and jumped onto Midoriya's arms, which surprised him. And there the other CL1A members saw Tagata standing there, and the big three-member waved at the class. Eri-chan, and Tagata Senpai is there. Hey, CL1A. How's it been? Tagata Senpai, good to see you. Good day to you, thanks. By then, a surprising turn of events took place as Eri suddenly entered the classroom and jumped onto Midoriya's arms, which surprised him, and there the other CL1A members saw Tagata standing there, and the big three-member waved at the class. Eri-chan, and Tagata Senpai is there. Hey, CL1A. How's it been? Tagata Senpai, good to see you. Good day to you, thanks. Eri hugged Midoriya as Uraraka. Asui and Kirishima patted and dotted the little girl, happy to see her and are glad that she is in such high spirits, which the three asked Eri if she enjoyed the school festival, which the little girl smiled and said that she enjoyed it the most, especially the concert that CL1A made and performed, including the dance sequence. Your concert was great, really, Kiro. Yes, it was really awesome. Yeah, glad you liked it, Eri. Kiro. Ashido and Jiro then took Eri and played with her, as they too became fond of her, and as Uraraka, Asui and Kirishima joined the others in accommodating Eri. Midoriya asked Tagata what brought him here, and their Tagata said that he felt that Eri should see more of UA Academy so that she would get used to it even more, as he felt that her visit during the school festival was a good start. Midoriya nodded and is glad that Chisaki no longer traumatized Eri, and Tagata said that he felt that the leader of Shihasakai got a karmic payback after everything he has done to the little girl, and tells Midoriya that he shouldn't worry about anything else as Eri is now in good hands, as UA Academy will be her temporary home. Really, Senpai? Yup, Eraserhead will be in charge of her. Yeah, at least she has a place to stay, and no one to mistreat her like what Chisaki did. Yeah, and now Eri's road to recovery begins. You're right about that, Tagata Senpai. You said it. After that, Tagata said that he and Eri are heading to the cafeteria, and invited Midoriya to join them for lunch, which the One for All user nodded as he calls out Eri to join them, which she nodded as she jumped onto Midoriya's arm and hugged him like he is her parent, which Ashido and Hagakure teases Midoriya, saying that all that's left is Hado, where they would make an ideal happy family. Wow, you sure make a good daddy. Now all that's left now is Hado Senpai. Yeah, she can make a good mommy. And a good waifu material. Say, Midoriya, why not woo Hado Senpai? You two and Eri can be a good happy family. That's right, so go for it. Midoriya blushed, which Eri stared innocently. Their Iida and Yaoyorozu told their two classmates not to give anyone any wrong ideas, as it would make a bad impression and might further fuel the wrongly made rumors, which Ashido and Hagakure sheepishly apologized, saying that they are only teasing Midoriya about being an ideal dad-like figure to Eri. You two should be careful with your choice of words. You'll give anyone a wrong impression. He. We were just kidding. You already heard the rumors flying. Don't make light of it. Eri will be the most affected. Oops, sorry. However, some UA students are there and overheard the teasing, which they mistakenly assumed that the rumors are true, and this made them resent towards Midoriya even more, now believing that Midoriya had a love child with Hado as the mother, which in reality is not true, and the admirers of Hado are somewhat resentful at Midoriya, believing that he had claimed Hado. So it's true then. That kid is Midoriya's child. I knew it, and now Hado Senpai is the mother. Damn that Midoriya, so he really claimed her. I hate him. I hate him even more. As Tagata and Midoriya are walking the hallway, some of Tagata's classmates blinked their eyes seeing Midoriya carrying Eri like he is carrying a child, and out of curiosity the male third-year classmates discreetly approached Midoriya and asked if that child belonged to Midoriya. Though Tagata spoke the truth, his usual smile gives the male classmates the impression that Tagata is covering for Midoriya, and this made them believe that Eri is Midoriya's secret child. By then Hado showed up as she greeted Tagata, and upon seeing Eri she approached Midoriya before he gave Eri to Hado, and there the female Big Three member carried Eri while playing, which the little girl cooed, which unintentionally gave the impression that Hado is her secret child, and led the third-year students to wrongly assume that Midoriya and Hado are Eri's secret parents, causing word to spread like wildfire. No way, did you see that? She carried that little girl like. So it's true then. That kid is Midoriya's and Hado's. It can't be. They're the parents of that kid. No freaking way. Amajiki and Haya stared wide-eyed at hearing this and discreetly approached Tagata, urging him to tell their fellow third-year schoolmates to stop spreading rumors and prove to them that Eri is not the child of Midoriya and Hado, which Tagata said that he would try, though he doubts that their schoolmates would listen to him. Please, Tagata, do something. Okay. They are spreading rumors, it would surely affect Nejire. Alright, I'll try talking to them. Please, Tagata. Okay, though I doubt that they would be willing to take my word. Whatever, just do it please. By then Hado puts Eri down as she asked Midoriya if they are heading for the cafeteria, which he nodded, and there she said that she is heading there as well and suggested that they go together, which Midoriya nodded, and the two teens walked together with Eri holding hands, and soon the first and second year students were surprised by the scene and began assuming that Midoriya and Hado are in a relationship and that Eri is their daughter. Whoa, look at that, they are holding hands with the little girl. So it's true then, Midoriya and Hado senpai are in a relationship. But that little girl, is she? It can't be. As the rumors began to spread, some of the critics of CL1A became resentful towards Midoriya, believing that he is intentionally attracting attention, and in turn became mentally hostile towards Eri, believing that the little girl is in cahoots with Midoriya, and they now believe that he is using Eri to boost his image and intend to woo Hado. How irritating. And now he is really using that bastard kid. Damn that Midoriya, he's trying to impress Hado senpai again. Worse, it's definite that he's using the kid to woo her. That damn Midoriya, and that little brat, she's part of that scheme. Now I really hate him. And that little brat, makes me want to beat him up. Don't forget that little girl. She ought to be punished. At the cafeteria, several students were all eyes towards an unexpected scene, where Midoriya and Hado are walking together with Eri, and the trio unintentionally gave the impression that they looked like a happy family, like a husband, wife and child, and this made the other students whisper amongst themselves as they began to wonder if Hado secretly gave birth to Eri and brought her here just now. Haya twitched her eyes in disbelief at seeing and hearing the other students making speculations and whispered to Tagata, urging him to do something as she feared that Hado is being put in a negative light, though Tagata assured to his classmate that nothing bad will happen as rumors are just rumors, and it will eventually die down since they are not true at all. Relax, Haya, it'll be okay. Huh, didn't you hear the rumors being spread? And that's just that, rumors. They'll eventually die down. But, we know the truth, and it's everyone's fault for assuming things without clarifying first. So don't worry. Still, trust me, Haya. Soon Midoriya, Hado and Eri went to a vacant table and put their trays on the table as they prepared to eat their lunch, and there Tagata joined them as they began to dine while chatting, in which Tagata explained the reason why Eri will be staying here at Ua Academy and would be placed under Aizawa's care as his eraser quirk will be needed in case Eri's quirk suddenly goes out of control. Midoriya nodded as he realized that Eri still has no control over her rewind quirk, and Hado asked if Tagata would be assisting Aizawa, which he nodded, saying that while he would be excused from classes until he regained his quirk, he would be staying here at Ua and help Aizawa in tending to Eri's needs. Yup, I'm going to be Eri's babysitter. Hey, you can be a parent now. Maybe, but I haven't found a girlfriend yet. You'll soon find one. Yup, but I'm not in a hurry. Heh. Good luck, Tagata-kun. Aizawa-sensei is surely going to nag at you. Ha. Heh. As the three Ua students eat, Eri noticed that Midoriya and Hado are so close to each other, and innocently asked if they are really married, causing Midoriya to choke on his food while Hado gave a cute smile, causing Eri to stare in surprise, saying that Midoriya and Hado are really a married couple, though Tagata tried to tell Eri that what she saw at the marriage booth during the school festival is just to make believe, and not real, and there some of Midoriya's classmates, Asui, Uraraka, Ashido and Hagakuri, were snickering in humor, finding the scene quite funny seeing how innocent Eri is. This however, earned the ire of some of the CL1A critics, as some of them were Hado's admirers, and believed that Midoriya intentionally brought Eri to use her as a way for Midoriya to earn points in wooing Hado, and now they felt that they have to do something to keep Midoriya away from Hado, and they unjustly include the innocent Eri as their target. Now I'm really getting irritated. Me too. That Midoriya, he is really using that bastard kid, and Hado-senpai just got goated. Damn that Midoriya, he's trying to impress Hado-senpai again, he even instructed that brat to endorse Midoriya to Hado-senpai. I agree, I'm definitely sure that he's using the kid to woo her, there's no mistake about it. That damn Midoriya, and that little brat, she's part of that scheme. I'm pretty sure of it. Now I really hate him. And that little brat, makes me want to beat him up so badly. Don't forget that little girl. She ought to be punished. After several minutes Hado, Midoriya, Tagata and Eri finished their lunch, and there they got up and are ready to leave, but Hado accidentally tripped though Midoriya managed to cushion her fall, but he loses his balance and fell to the floor, which Hado landed on top of the younger boy, where an awkward situation took place, which most of the students stayed wide-eyed. There you can see that Hado's lips accidentally touched Midoriya's, which formed a key asterisk, which the latter blushed deeply as he couldn't move though Hado appeared calm and collected, but she had a blush on her cheeks, causing other students to stare in surprise, believing that Midoriya scored another key from the Big Three member. Whoa, look at that, that guy from CL1A scored a jackpot. He keyed Hado of the Big Three. Damn, he sure is lucky. I hate him. That guy. Hado and Midoriya blinked their eyes upon hearing the comments, and as she slowly got up, Midoriya sat up and frantically apologized though she smiled and assured to him that everything is okay and that he didn't do anything wrong. Eri stared at the scene and innocently believed that Midoriya and Hado are married, and she asked if they are planning to have a baby, causing Midoriya to blush deeper and tried to tell Eri that what she saw is a huge misunderstanding, though the little girl only stared in confusion. Wait, Eri-chan. You got the wrong idea. It's not what you think. It was an accident. Togata snickered at the funny scene, yet Haya told him that this would only fuel the rumors, which Imajiki agreed, but the lead Big Three assured to her that nothing bad would happen as rumors would remain rumors since Hado and Midoriya didn't do anything scandalous and it is up to them what they interpreted. Uraraka and Kirishima snickered at the scene, though Asui noticed that some of the boys from other classes appeared to be glaring at Midoriya and Eri, and she discreetly told her classmates about it, which Uraraka and Kirishima said that they will tell Midoriya about it. Hiro, Ochako-chan, Kirishima-chan. Yeah. Keep an eye on those boys, they seem to harbor some malice towards Midoriya-chan and Eri-chan. I see, okay. I won't let them bully Eri. Hiro, I'm with you. Yeah. As Hado and Midoriya got up, they, along with Eri, are leaving the cafeteria, holding hands with the little girl, which further makes it appear that they are the secret parents of Eri. And the UA students began whispering amongst themselves, believing that Midoriya impregnated Hado in secret and hid her away, but Togata heard it and spoke to the rumor-spreading students, saying that Eri is 6 years old at the moment, and pointed out that she is not the daughter of Midoriya and Hado, given that Hado is 18, hence it is physically risky for a girl to give birth at 12 years old, and Midoriya is only 10 years old when Eri was born. The UA students were embarrassed as Togata left with Haya and Imajiki following, and their Kirishima, Asui and Uraraka glanced at the other students before leaving, and the trio feels that the students deserved a sermon for making comments without clarifying or confirming the rumors. Hiro, looks like they got humiliated. Well, serves them right. I hope they would stop making rumors about Midoriya-chan and Eri-chan. Yeah, she doesn't deserve to get bashed. And they better not think about bullying her just because she's close to Midoriya and Hado-senpai. Hiro, let's go. We still have class. Yeah. As the UA students are about to head for their respective classrooms, Togata carries Eri as they are heading back to the faculty room, and as Uraraka, Asui and Kirishima went ahead, Midoriya is about to follow, and their Hado whispered to Midoriya, as she is inviting him to go with her to an amusement park, with Togata, Imajiki and Eri coming along. Though surprised, Midoriya decided to accept as he sees nothing wrong with it, and she smiled. And as she turned around to hear back to the third-year classrooms, Hado turned around and went towards Midoriya, giving him a key on the lips, smiling before leaving, which leaves Midoriya blushing in surprise at what just happened. As Midoriya turned around, he saw Bakugo and Todoroki staring at him in a suspicious way, and their Bakugo told Midoriya to just woo Hado already instead of letting her give more signs that she is interested in him, much to Midoriya's embarrassment. Geez, Deku. Don't you have any balls? Just go and woo her already. You keyed her several times already, so go make your move before some other idiots snatch her. Are you gay? No, I'm not, I'm straight. Todoroki nodded in agreement and said that Midoriya should make up with his mind about Hado, saying that if Midoriya isn't interested in Hado he would have told her to stop, but he didn't, and said that Midoriya do have feelings for Hado. We can tell, Midoriya. You have feelings for Hado-senpai. It's normal for you to have feelings for someone, so I don't see a problem with that. You should talk to Hado-senpai and tell her that you want her to be boyfriend. Should I? Yes. As the three boys left, The scene shows that some of the UA students are glaring at Midoriya, as they turn out to be secret admirers of Hado, and at the same time critics of CL1A, and they wrongly believe that Midoriya is using Eri just to earn points and make Hado fall in love with Midoriya. The secret admirers also overheard that Hado is inviting Midoriya to go to the amusement park, and there the admirers decided to make plans to discourage Midoriya from pursuing Hado, and there the leader of the group suggested that they target Eri, believing that she is in league with Midoriya, and pressure her so that Midoriya would be pressured into staying away from Hado, which the other admirers agreed to the plans. So we target the little brat, then we use that to pressure that Midoriya. Sounds good, huh? Yeah. The admirers then left as they are heading towards a club room where they are going to lay out plans on how to deal with Midoriya and to scare Eri into staying away from Hado, in which they began making plans as they also need to know what kind of quirk Eri possess. But one of the admirers said that he got an idea, and after hearing it, the others are in agreement, seeing that this would help in intimidating Midoriya and Eri to stay away from Hado so that the admirers could make a move and woo Hado for themselves. That idea sounds good. I say we go for that. Are you guys with me? Yeah. A few days later, it was Sunday, and Midoriya was alone as most of his classmates were out due to being summoned by the pro heroes during their first work studies, while Bakugo and Todoroki are being summoned by Best Jeanist's sidekicks and Endeavor respectively, thus the ninth user of One for All is all by himself inside the dorm. As Midoriya pondered on what to do next since he is alone, he is considering in doing some exercise, but then an unexpected visitor came, which turns out to be Hado herself, and Midoriya blinked his eyes at what he is seeing, as Hado is wearing a plain but cute sleeveless tank top shirt and a stretchable mini skirt whose color matched her hair color. Moreover, Midoriya noticed that Hado trimmed her hair, in which it is now shoulder length, making her look cuter, and Midoriya finds himself drawn to her. But after 30 seconds he regained his composure and offered her a seat on the couch and asked if she would like something to drink, in which Hado smiled and said that it's okay, reasoning that she is fine. Nah, I'm good, really, yup, how about some snacks? Thanks, but I'm okay. You sure? Okay. Hado stared at Midoriya, seeing that he is wearing a sleeveless tank top shirt and a cotton shorts, and then noted the scars on his right arm. Yet his face emits an aura of innocence, making him look cute, and this in turn made her get drawn to him ever since meeting him before the first work studies and after he defeated Kai Chisaki a few months ago. There she noted that no one else is here and Midoriya explained the reason why, and there she decided to tell him that by Saturday next week, UA Academy decided not to have classes on that particular day due to an unspecified emergency. Hence there is a free day, and there she tells Midoriya that they can use that particular day to go to the amusement park along with Eri, and said that Tagata and Imajiki would be coming along as well. Really? Hado senpai? Yup, we can use that day so we can go to the amusement park. I see, hence it's a good opportunity. I guess. So, are you available at that day? Well, Midoriya nodded and said that he is available at that particular day, and there Hado smiled, saying that it'll be a date, causing him to stare in surprise at what he just heard, blushing deeper in the process, and there Hado asked if he would like to show her his dorm room, which made him hesitant since there is nothing much inside his room other than his All Might collection. You want to see my room? Yup, well, there's not much, just an ordinary room. Really? Well, all I have there are my All Might collection and... Wow, really, I want to see them. Please please please. Inside Heights Alliance, Hado hopped and skipped around the living room area while noticing that only Midoriya is here and that none of his classmates are present, and this made her curious as she asked Midoriya if there is something going on and why Midoriya is all by himself, which he noted that she is wondering why he is just by himself. Nay, why is Midoriya all alone here? Oh, did something happen? Well, wait. Did Aizawa-sensei grounded you like last time? No, nothing like that. Then why? Taking a deep breath, and seeing that there's no point in holding back, Midoriya explained the reason why. That all of his classmates were summoned by the pro heroes they were previously interned under, while Midoriya was not summoned by Centipeder even though the latter inherited the Night Eye agency from the late Sir Night Eye. And after a minute of talking, Hado made her move and decided to tell him that by Saturday next week, UA Academy decided not to have classes on that particular day due to an unspecified emergency, having been informed by Snipe earlier in the day. Hence there is a free day this week and there she tells Midoriya that they can use that particular day to go to the amusement park along with Eri, and said that Tagata and Amajiki would be coming along as well. Really? Hado senpai. Yup, we can use that day so we can go to the amusement park. I see, hence it's a good opportunity. I guess. So, are you available at that day? Well, Midoriya nodded and said that he is available at that particular day, and their Hado smiled, saying that it'll be a date, causing him to stare in surprise at what he just heard, blushing deeper in the process, and their Hado asked if he would like to show her his dorm room, which made him hesitant since there is nothing much inside his room other than his All Might collection. You want to see my room? Yup, well, there's not much, just an ordinary room. Really? Well, all I have there are my All Might collection and... Wow, really, I want to see them. Please please please. Hado showed her hyperactive curiosity and Midoriya is unsure if he should shows her his room, but her cute persistence won over and Midoriya reluctantly accedes to her demands and ended up showing her his dorm room, where Hado stared wide-eyed in amazement at what she saw in his dorm room, in which while it looked like an ordinary bedroom, it has lots of All Might memorabilia, which includes All Might posters, All Might action figures, All Might mugs, All Might albums, All Might lunchboxes. Midoriya's sweat dropped as Hado glanced at the All Might memorabilia like a curious child encountering something new, and their Hado asked if he has ever been to All Might's home before the latter became a UA teacher, which Midoriya blinked his eyes as he realized that he hasn't asked All Might about his home, and their Midoriya pondered on whether if he should ask him about his domestic life or not. However, hilarity ensued as Hado took an All Might action figure and began to explore it, which Midoriya pleaded to her to be careful as the action figure she is holding is a rare one and if it breaks finding a replacement would not be as easy like others. www.aahhhhh. Hado senpai, please be careful. Try not to pull the joints too hard. Hado smirked at seeing how cute Midoriya looked as he displayed his panicking self, and after a minute she gently puts the figurine back on the table and there she gently embraced him by wrapping her arms around his waist, and there she asked him which of the amusement rides is he comfortable in going at, saying that he probably has a preference, which Midoriya thought carefully as he realized that he doesn't have anything that causes him discomfort. Nothing in particular. Really? Yeah, really. So you're fine with the haunted house? Yeah. You sure? Yeah, really. Good. Hado smiled again as she finds the answer useful and she is pleased with the response she got, and Midoriya blushed at seeing her cute smile, and once again he finds himself drawn towards his senpai and mentally wondered why he is getting drawn to her despite her odd behavior, though he also thought why she became one of the heralded Big Three of UA Academy. The two teens stared at each other for half a minute before going into a trance, and before they noticed they unknowingly shared a key on the lips, which slowly went passionate, and the two teens slowly beeped as the key was passionate yet romantic, and their minds went blank as they continued to key while embracing each other. Hado seemed to know what to do despite the fact that this was her first key as his lips moved and Midoriya subconsciously followed suit. And there she tried something by having her tongue move and Midoriya subconsciously reacted, and their tongues clashed as they now did a passionate French key asterisk, and Midoriya finds himself getting a bit frisky as his body reacted to such intensity. He unknowingly laid her on bed and continued to key her passionately and started to lift the hem of her skirt, which soon exposed her panty-covered crotch, while at the same time he began to open and push his shorts down until his brief-covered crotch is exposed, and there he pushed his front against Hado's. The two teens continued their passionate key, and this went on for 3 minutes as the key slowly turned into a make-out moment, but soon both teens snapped back to reality and glanced at each other before blushing furiously as Midoriya got up and saw the states they were in, and he panicked while getting up and tried to pull his shorts up, realizing he got aroused. AAAACCCKKKHHHH. Sorry. I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to beep you or anything. Hado blushed as well as she rearranged her clothes as she too felt her body heating up, yet she maintained her composure and told Midoriya that it is okay and he has nothing to apologize for, reasoning that they just got carried away a bit, hence he has nothing to feel guilty about. Midoriya-kun, calm down. But, it's okay. You did nothing wrong. It's fine. Don't mind it. Are you sure? Midoriya continued to blush furiously as he felt that he took advantage of her, but Hado gave him a quick key on the lips and told him not to worry because neither one did anything bad, and this puts the younger boy at ease, and there she reminds him of their date this coming Saturday, though he asks if this would be considered a date given that Tagata, Amajiki and Eri would be coming along, which she said that it is okay. You mean it's really a date? Yup. Tagata Senpai and Amajiki Senpai are coming along, and so will Eri, so I don't think it's considered a date. Yes it is. A date is still a date. So that's that. Hado embraced him again and began to move around waltzing, and Midoriya ended up waltzing as well since she is embracing him, and there the ninth one for all user blushed deeper as her face scooted closer to his before giving him another quick key on the lips, and he is mentally questioning himself if he is falling for Hado or not. Suddenly a shriek is heard and the two teens stopped, and upon glancing at their sides they saw Haya staring wide-eyed after catching a glimpse of Hado keying Midoriya on the lips, and there she accuses Midoriya of seducing Hado, causing the CL1A member of denying the said accusation. You lecher. You're attempting to seduce Nejire. What? No. Don't lie. I saw it. You're trying to hypnotize her and make her go naked. You're wrong. You can't fool me. Haya didn't believe what Midoriya said and began to activate her electricity quirk, where she threatened to harm Midoriya if he doesn't admit that he is attempting to seduce Hado, but he maintained his innocence and insisted that he did not violate Hado in any way that Haya is accusing him of. Admit it. I'm not. I didn't do anything indecent towards Hado Senpai. Admit it already. I won't. You won't. I won't. I'm innocent. Then prepare yourself, you lecher. Quote! Hado stepped in between and she told her classmate to stop, telling her that nothing inappropriate took place and said that it was her who keyed Midoriya out of a whim and not the other way around, and that there was no seduction from Midoriya's part. Haya stared wide-eyed and asked Hado why is she covering for that suspected beep, as she said that she got intel that there is a serial hentai amongst the first years and she believes that it is Midoriya, which Haya had no idea that it was actually Mineta who was the hentai amongst CL1A. By then Tagata came and told Haya that she should stop giving Midoriya the cold shoulders as it is proven that the latter is not the beep, and assured to her that Midoriya is a very good boy and is never the maniac that she is accusing him of, much to Haya's disbelief, believing that Tagata must have been either bribed or brainwashed by Midoriya. Tagata, has that Midoriya brat bribed you into vouching for him? Whoa, that's, or did he bribed you? You got it all wrong. Midoriya is never like that. That's the truth. Tagata then asked Hado if the date this Saturday is pushing through, which she nodded, and there Tagata carries Haya, saying that they need to go back to the dorms, but she asked if Midoriya is involved, which he nodded since he and Hado are with Eri, though Haya became frantic and said that Midoriya now bribed an innocent child, but Tagata reiterated that she is thinking wrongly about Midoriya. Now, we better go in. But, Eri-chan's too young to be bribed. But that Midoriya's using the kid too. Let's stop the suspicious prejudice towards Midoriya. He would never do that to Eri. But, let's leave them alone now. WWWAAAAAHHHH. Nejire. As Tagata and Haya are gone, Hado apologized and said that she'll deal with Haya and tells Midoriya to be ready this Saturday as their date would push through, which he nodded, and Hado smiled before giving him a quick key on the lips before using her quirk to fly through the open windows, and a blushing Midoriya wondered if he should ask Hado out as he is steadily developing feelings for her, and wondered if she is willing to become his girlfriend. Just 2 days left before Midoriya and Hado's date at the amusement park. The scene shifts at Ua Academy where it was lunchtime, which Midoriya is heading for the cafeteria, and so far things are normal, and he sighed as he recalled the recent events where he and Hado got into a moment which they ended up keying that led to a brief makeout inside his dorm room before stopping himself from advancing further. He mentally beeped in embarrassment as he wondered what would happen if he didn't stop, as he was somewhat worried that he and Hado might end up going beyond that, and their Kaminari and Mineta noticed their classmates spacing out and the blush on his cheek, leading to the two classmates to suspect that Midoriya is doing something private and began interrogating him and asked if he is secretly having a private affair with someone, which Midoriya frantically denied the accusations. Hey, Midoriya, were you fantasizing with someone? And I can tell that you're planning to secretly purchase a dozen boxes of beep and Quote exclamation mark quote. So it's true then. UUAL maniac. You got the wrong idea. Your facial reaction says otherwise. And I'm sure you're getting excited. You got the wrong idea. It's nothing like that at all. At this point Hado showed up and greeted Midoriya, causing the younger boy to blush before greeting her, and there she reminded him about their date this coming weekend, which he nodded, causing Kaminari and Mineta to stare wide-eyed and demanded an explanation for what they just heard, feeling envious that Midoriya gets to go on a date with the female Big Three member. Hey, Midoriya, what's the meaning of this? A date with the female member of the Big Three? That's, so you were planning ahead, and after that you're going to take her to a love hotel. Wah, no, it's not like that. Hado Senpai and I are taking Eri with us. You sure? Don't try to trick us. It's not. Midoriya frantically explained everything to avoid any possible misunderstandings, which Mineta asked Midoriya point blank if he is not using Eri as an excuse, but Hado assured that Eri would be with her and Midoriya, and the two CL1A members went silent, yet they still shot a suspicious stare at Midoriya, still believing that he has beeped ulterior motive towards Hado. Suddenly midnight came and she motions Midoriya and Hado to come with her, which the latter two glanced at each other before agreeing to go with the rated R teacher, and moments later they are inside the teacher's lounge where Midnight asked the two teens a favor by having them do an errand for her, and she promised that they would be excused for today's afternoon classes. Nodding, Midoriya and Hado left UA Academy and went downtown to buy something at a popular mall, and their Hado playfully said that this is considered a date, which Midoriya blushed deeper and said he is unsure if this would be considered one, prompting the Big Three member to give the younger boy a quick key on the lips. She giggled as seeing the CL1A member getting a flustered reaction, and he nervously said that they better get back to UA, which she nodded, and she held his hand as they decided to walk back towards the bus station, and their other people noted how cute the two teens are, seeing them acting lovey-dovey like a romantic couple. Wow, look at that, are they dating? So cute. Ah, the youth, I wish I was young again. You're already married. Where's the fountain of youth? A few minutes later the two UA students are walking by the sidewalk as they passed by a neighborhood. And while the surrounding area is generally peaceful, a passing police car happened to see the two teens, as they recognized them based on their school uniforms, and there a policewoman, who was alone at this time patrolling the streets, politely asked them if they are cutting classes, which Hado honestly said that they were doing an errand for a teacher and that they are heading back to UA Academy. Seeing that Hado is not lying, the policewoman then asked if they would like to hop in, as she said that she would give them a ride and escort them to UA Academy, reasoning that even if they have their provisional hero license they still cannot use their quirks in public unless there is an actual emergency, and Hado thought about it and said that she wouldn't mind it. So, is it okay with you kids? We don't mind. Really? Yup, good to hear. You know how the rules in this society is when it comes to quirk usage, and it's fine. We understand. Thanks for understanding. Hop in. Okay. Midoriya. However, Midoriya noticed something at a garage area just outside a neighbor's house, and believing that something is going on, he cautiously approached the area, where a rather huge garbage bin is stationed there, and peeking behind it, he was surprised to see a very young boy, who appeared to be the same age as Eri, and what's more, Midoriya sees that the boy is rummaging the garbage bin and is holding a leftover food taken from the trash. Hado and the policewoman approached Midoriya after seeing his surprised reaction, and their Midoriya told them what he found out, causing the females to stare in surprise and felt concerned, and there they decided to take the boy to the police station and see what they could find out about the boy who appeared to be scavenging for food, worried that he is abandoned by his parents. At the police station, Sansa was watching as Midoriya is comforting and calming the younger boy down after seeing signs of emotional trauma, and as Midoriya gave the boy a clean and freshly cooked hamburger and drinks, he is surprised that the younger boy gulped it down like he hasn't eaten for days, and this made Midoriya look back towards the time when he first encountered Eri running away from Chisaki. Midoriya then asked the boy's name and where he lives, and the boy introduced himself as Jekobu Nisabito, and after reluctantly telling him his home address, Midoriya calmly asked why is he foraging food from a garbage bin, and their Jekobu showed more signs of emotional trauma as he revealed his reasons, stating that he was hungry, alleging his mother has restricted him and his older brother from eating enough. While Midoriya was slightly relieved that Jekobu wasn't subjected to harsh treatments like Eri, he was clearly disturbed at what he just heard, and Hado was equally concerned as she can tell that it is clearly child abuse, and there she asked Sanza if Tsukauchi is here, which Sanza said that Tsukauchi has just arrived and is being informed about the situation at hand. So Tsukauchi is here, yes, and right now he is being debriefed on the current situation. That's good to hear. Once he gets the full grasp of the situation, then we can decide on our next move. Will the little boy be? It would depend on the next course of action. Oh dear. Tsukauchi arrived and approached Jekobu and calmly and politely asked the younger boy for information. Where he learned that Jekobu's dad passed away 5 years ago, and after hearing from Midoriya about what he found out so far, Tsukauchi instructed Sanza to head for the address and see what he could find out, and if he sees any signs that the mother is endangering Jekobu and her other son, discreetly inform the police force, which Sanza nodded in acknowledgement, and in turn Sanza told the investigating team the same instructions which they nodded in acknowledgement. Yes sir, 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 yes sir. Tsukauchi then asked Midoriya and Hado to head back to UA Academy, saying that the police would take over from here, but Midoriya requested that he would stay here for the time being as he reasoned that he couldn't leave the younger boy alone, and Hado also agreed as she had a feeling that something bad is bound to happen, and their Tsukauchi reluctantly nodded as they wait for Sanza to come back for the results. A few hours later, Sanza came back, where he told Tsukauchi and Midoriya that he was able to make contact with Jekobu's mother, identified as Maririn Nisabito, and their Sanza revealed that he secretly recorded their conversation, and their Tsukauchi, Midoriya and Hado listened to the secretly recorded conversation, and this made Midoriya more concerned than ever. Damn it, Midoriya, this is something to look out for. The little boy, how can a mother do something like this? I have to agree with Midoriya, Tsukauchi, what we just heard, it's... Midoriya, Hado, calm down. Midoriya clenched his fists as he made it clear that he wouldn't let Jekobu return to his mother under any circumstances, and Hado agreed, stating that although nothing has happened yet, she said that something bad is bound to happen given what Jekobu told them about how he was treated in his home despite not being physically abused. Tsukauchi was conflicted at first as he felt that social services involving children would have to handle this, but after listening to the secret conversation between Jekobu and Maririn, he finally relented as he realized that there is merit in what Midoriya said and that he would see what he could do and see if he could get a temporary restraining order from a local court so as to prevent Jekobu from being handed back to his mother. Tsukauchi told Midoriya about his idea and Midoriya nodded in agreement, saying that this is the best for the time being while also suggesting that the mother be investigated on why she would subject Jekobu in such harsh treatment given the little boy's tender age. So for now, we'll have to play by the book. So, Midoriya, Hado, could you wait here for the time being? Okay, I'll inform UA Academy about the situation. Okay, good, so you kids relax for a bit. Okay. Back at UA Academy, the scene shifts inside the teacher's lounge where Midnight is waiting for Midoriya and Hado to come back, whilst All Might and Aizawa looks on, mentally wondering if Midnight did the right thing in having Midoriya and Hado do an errand for her even though she assured to her fellow teachers that the two teens would be okay. Suddenly 13 came and there she informed Midnight that Midoriya and Hado are at the police station, which All Might stood up and asked 13 what happened, concerned that something bad might have happened, but 13 calmed the former number 1 pro hero down and explained the situation that was told to her by Tsukauchi. Midnight, Aizawa and All Might listened attentively as 13 told her fellow teachers what she was told. And that Midoriya was reluctant to leave the police station until the subject child is placed in protective custody, which Aizawa sighed as he told his fellow teachers that Midoriya is still emotionally shaken at the memory of witnessing Eri being abused by Chisaki and felt the need to protect the subject child from the hands of an apparent abusive mother, which the other teachers glanced at Aizawa and felt that Midoriya is just being overprotective. Isn't Midoriya acting a bit overprotective? Maybe he's reminded of what happened to Eri after encountering her for the first time. Could be, probably, but still, Midoriya should have let the police and the children's welfare department deal with that matter. He should have head back here since it's out of his jurisdiction. Yeah. Back at the police station, Midoriya and Hado were listening as some of Tsukauchi's investigation team members came back and revealed that they did a background check on the Nisabito family, where they learned some additional information on the said family, such as the husband of Maririn Nisabito died 5 years ago due to being a victim of a grocery robbery. She forcefully pulled out her elder son from his school and began to homeschool him and never let them out of the apartment complex. The investigating agents interviewed the eldest son's former teachers, where they learned that Mrs. Nisabito appeared to be a bit paranoid, saying that she would forbid her son from eating school-made food on the account that it contains some pesticide residue, preservatives and other out-of-this-world claims, which is akin to conspiracy theories. The investigating agents then interviewed the neighbors within the apartment complex and claimed that Mrs. Nisabito is a very kind woman and that they didn't find any instances of being physically or emotionally abusive towards her children, but the agents can tell that the neighbors appeared to be reluctant in telling the truth and that they simply didn't want to have anything to do with the Nisabito family. A former classmate said that she noticed that although healthy, the elder child of Mrs. Nisabito was shown signs of malnutrition due to him bringing only certain raw foods and less nutritional foods. He appeared to be emotionally held back. According to the elder child's former teacher, when she saw these as signs of parental neglect, she contacted Mrs. Nisabito about it and arranged a meeting, which the latter intentionally ignored, and when the teacher threatened to have her reported, Mrs. Nisabito forcefully pulled her child out and thus he never reported back for classes. Tsukauchi, Midoriya and Hado became concerned about this as Sansa's fellow investigators presented an available file on this elder child, identified as Adamu Nisabito, and right now Tsukauchi is considering in getting a T.R.O. and have the Nisabito children placed in Child Welfare Department for protection while having Mrs. Nisabito investigated. Midoriya was clenching his fists as he is becoming more concerned while disturbed at how Mrs. Nisabito is treating her children, especially when controlling their food intake, which causes emotional harm on Jekobu, who was forced to forage food from a garbage bin because he was hungry, and now Midoriya is compelled to do something and protect the youngest boy. Hado noticed Midoriya's distress and she gently hugged him, telling him to calm down as Tsukauchi said that he is now making moves to have the Nisabito children taken to Child Welfare Department for protection, which Midoriya expressed his doubts given the circumstances, like why none of the neighbors do anything and let Mrs. Nisabito abuse her children like they are ignoring them on purpose. It's okay, Midoriya, but, Hado senpai, that woman, why would she? Tsukauchi said that he is making their move, so relax now and what we learned just now, it's like how I encountered Eri for the first time, of that woman puts a scar on that little boy. Don't worry, Midoriya. It's going to be okay. Hado embraced her Kouhai and said that she believes that the Nisabito children might get a happy ending like how Eri is doing, as she was rescued from Chisaki and is currently living at Ua under Aizawa's care while awaiting for Eri's grandfather to wake up from the comatose that Chisaki did to him. Remember how Eri recovered when she went to stay at Ua? Yeah, and she watched the concert that you and your classmates made. Yes, now she is smiling and full of life. So I'm sure that Jekobu would end up getting a happy ending like Eri. I hope so. Then have faith. We will pull through, and the Nisabito kids will also pull through. Oh okay. To be continued. Hope you enjoyed this story. Also remember to subscribe and like this video. See you in the next video.